Yo,
What up?
going on, brother? Happy
What happened, man?
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth stream. What's going on, man?
Happy Juneteenth to everybody. Man,
We here, day off. Reflect on the holiday. Reflect.
Let me pull up a wiki on this. A lot of people probably don't know much about Juneteenth, but wiki, Juneteenth is a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the emancipation of the enslaved African Americans, deriving its name from the combining June and the 19th. It is celebrated on the anniversary of the order by the Major General Gordon Granger proclaiming freedom for enslaved people in Texas on June 19th, 1865. And what an amazing event. Yes, we are live,
Pop in.
Some of us got things to celebrate about, and you are welcome to the barbecue, Gunther, to celebrate with us.
Gunther's invited.
On Juneteenth. I'm going to go live any fucking time I feel, because once again, I'm not, granted, it sounds ironic, right? Because I have a YouTube account and I stream. So it'd be weird to not call myself a YouTuber, because I guess I am. But I'm not on board. I'm not on board for the same reason other people are. Right now I'm bored. This is what I do. I'm going to talk to myself. I don't give a fuck if anybody joins or not. That's not what it's about. It's about if like-minded people wanted to get together and just talk and bullshit, they can. And that's what I'm going to do.
Pop in, Gunther. You need to take a break anyway, because you've been cleaning that damn pool all morning. Pull up.
Yeah, man.
What you got, man? So I know you got something.
I just want to talk real quick on the Juneteenth thing too. I wish it was a little bit bigger. In the sense of it's a great honor for Juneteenth, but the emancipation, a lot of people don't know, is that was limited to the Southern slavery in that area. It had shit to do with all for other people, especially in the Union. It was also, if it couldn't be enforced, it wouldn't matter. But it's still a great holiday, and I appreciate people recognizing it. But either way, yeah, moving on to more lighthearted shit, if you want to call it that. Let's talk about the IRK.
Some people might want to see that, man. You might get us some more views with your shirt off.
All right. Marinate some. Put some barbecue sauce on your chest there, buddy.
All right, go ahead. IRK, what happened now? Damn, I thought that shit was over with.
Man, it's never going to be over. Let me pull up something pretty cool.
Uh-oh.
I'm pulling up on my phone now, so y'all just going to have to be patient. Let's see here. Documents. Let's see what we got here. Documents. Downloads. So, it's I got the numbers for IRK.
Oh man, let me hear these numbers, because I've been hearing conflicting statements. I heard 10,000 were out there. I heard 20,000. I want to hear the truth. I'm tired of hearing fake news and fake numbers. What's the truth?
So the facts are, if you go to Kickstarter, just from Kickstarter sales alone, you have about, don't quote me because I honestly can't remember off the cuff,
14,
but it was like, I want to say like 1420, something like that.
Sounds about right.
And then you would hear other YouTubers, I won't name them because I don't want them to think I'm attacking them, but they would say about, well, I heard about 10,000.
That's what I heard too.
And you go, I heard. Well, I don't like that term, I heard, because obviously somebody told you, who, what, when, where, get to it. So obviously, in my opinion, Either it was another YouTuber that gave him gossip, and we all know who that could have been, or it was from the source, and his name is, John Wook Shin. And if that's the case, then for that, I mean, we've seen how he runs the business, who believes him, right? So I looked, when I was doing my investigation on the company, I saw a Korean, websites. I click on that, and he did interviews in Korea. And for his Kickstarter numbers for Korea, that he put out in Korea, not for Korea, but for Korea, he mentions 10,000 units were sold for Kickstarter.
Hey, that boy new nickname is Noke Noke, for short for Pinocchio. Pinocchio. Come on, man. 10,000 units. So to that point, Mensa, we talking units. Well, I seem to remember Rainwater and his cronies telling me and Gunther, oh, well, that's you guys got on the official channel and you guys still didn't have more than 30 views. Well, if there's only 1,300 cabinets out there or 2,000 cabinets, a certain percentage of them got internet, a certain percentage of them on YouTube. A lot of the 50, 60-year-old people that are on, they're not going through YouTube watching shows. They're playing a goddamn machine.
Well, the caveat off of that, and hit that real quick. So as I did a full tally with a friend, and I put out all the numbers I could, human error can happen, but I'm looking at the numbers. So as I start pushing out everything I could, and mind you, it can only be but so much because it starts off at a certain number and then the spreadsheet just keeps getting lower and lower and lower. So it's not like if I'm down on like line item number 50, it's gonna, I missed out on 1,000. It's just not how it works, right? And long story short, after I gave the guy all the numbers, he said about 3,100 plus some cabs. So I rounded up to be nice to about, to 200. So looking at 3,200 units total out of everything. And like you just said, I mean, we're 30. The main crowd is what, between like 30 and 50.
I say 35, Mensa.
30, yeah, I agree. 35.
35 is where, because 30-year-old, most 30-year-olds are not interested in arcade machines. I'm just being honest, because that would have put them being born. If you're 30, you were born probably in 94, 93. Arcade was done by that time. So it's 35 and up.
Yeah, when I joined the military, like by time the late, I mean, we're talking end of 99, early 2000s. For me, arcade was dead.
Yeah, it was
I
dead.
didn't have a chance. Like I didn't. I never been back to one. But yeah. So you're looking at 3,200 IRK units out there.
Okay.
You got us old guys. Not most. These guys don't all have YouTubes. They don't care to be on YouTube. They don't care for the community drama. None of that. So let's just say, let's give a good number. Like we'll say, okay, out of everybody that has it, 30% has the numbers or have YouTube. I'm not great at math, but ain't that like what, 300 folks or something like that? Am I wrong? Let me Google.
Well, Toxin is saying he was born in 90 and he's into arcades, and that to him, arcades officially died in 05. But I think that
I mean, he's right about that. It did die. I was in the military, so it died the day I got it.
Yeah, because you got to think. So to Mensa's point, by 2000, early 2000s, I'm in college. All we had is a few machines in the student union, so it wasn't like we were able to have time to go to the mall and go to the arcade. So I guess for our era, it ended then. But for you guys, it probably kept going. We just didn't have the time to do it. So I see what you're saying, Tox.
So like 30% of 3,200 is 960. So let's be cool. Let's say it. We got 1,000 fucking YouTubers are out there. At any moment, at any time, can watch these shows. And once again, that's if they care to. Now, out of that 1,000 estranged, when you're hitting, and we're talking about the market, the full market. You know, these guys are probably owning arcade one-ups and at games and whatnot. And was it even on Weekly Retro Party? Like I think one of their best streams they ever had. Yeah, they ever had was like around like 250 something or 220 people, and that was like one of the height of their time. Like you just don't get that. You don't get those type of numbers.
So think about the IRK zone, Mensa. When people want to clown me and Gunther, that we were handed a fixed deck. I mean, if you got IRK,
what are you supposed to build off of?
How do you what do you build up if
you're capped at this already? Then you have people who haven't even don't even play it. So let's you took some screenshots of the leaderboard earlier.
Let me see if
we were noticing. Let me see. It will be in your chat that you were pushing them out. But the last time some of the most biggest notable reviewers and YouTubers even got on the leaderboards was in 2021 for a lot of these games.
Yeah, a lot of people stop.
And then they expect you guys to push hype for games that people who have more streamers than these guys have more streamers than IRK own. I don't. You were dealt the hand you were given. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what people want. We look at I
got one coming for you, Mensa. Hold on. I got a good one that we could use as a test subject here.
Like what? Sydney Hunter here?
No, that was long
one cabinet. One cabinet.
Hold on. Let's see. Window. All right, here we go. All right, hit that.
All right.
All right, so let's take a look at this. Longhead, right? So that game been out, but you got 10 people on the board. So you tell me and Gunther, all right, we do a show. Out of those, what you said 950 you would give or take. How many people are competing and doing leaderboards? Reduce that number. Reduce that number down.
So now we got tremendously. Sleepy Fluid, Corrupt Neuron, Vader.
Those are the only ones. Vader.
You got to get the developer himself,
right?
Papa Brad, who doesn't like you, and purposely derailed to get you guys fired. You need Duggernaut. Never heard of him. The only person I'm familiar with is
CP and Corrupt and Vader
and City developer. I am familiar with Brad, and then I heard of Vader. So what?
Vader's been rolling with me and Gunther since we've been knowing that dude for 5 years. So
you're fucking with 4 people who give a fuck about your
well, let's not forget Nick's. Even though Nick's
is he there?
No, I mean Nick's. He competes. So you'll see Nick's. He competes. Yeah. So you got Nick's who participate on boards.
Yeah.
The rest of these people, they occasionally got on boards, like Dubs and all them. I mean, it wasn't like they were just 100% on boards every week.
But look at the date.
I mean, the dates say that
it died. It died back in August. The day. This is around the time when they stopped making cabinets.
All right, so let me get up the other Exhibit B. So we in the courtroom. That was Exhibit A. Now I'm going to go to Exhibit. I'm going to Exhibit B. So, and this is another good one. Let's see. What's that game? Oh man, yeah, this one is a good one. Can't wait to pull this one up. Here we go. All righty, let me pull this down. Present this. Share screen. All right. Gunther is crazy. He's throwing some umami seasoning on his chest. All right.
It looks good though.
Yeah, dude. So look.
What is this?
So check that out, Mensa. This is the big game that came out on Christmas.
Oh, Vanilla Beast is talking. Sorry.
Oh, Vanilla Beast. So you got Santa Throw. I remember when this dropped, right? You got 100 people that played this, but they ain't played it no more. The last person on the board was December. Well, no, let's see. Around Christmas time, I would assume. So that's January 15th. That's a little after New Year's. So Guitar Slinger was the last person to play it. No, I'm sorry. Canada Air from Ontario was the last person to play this game in 2023.
June.
In was that June? Yeah, June. He's playing a Christmas
He's
game in
from
June. Okay.
Ontario. Yeah.
Okay, June.
He's a Canadian boy. Canadian.
Christmas in June. Okay. You
One
got
person.
100 people that
Oh
play
no, that's
Santa
one,
Throw.
two. Yeah, guitar singer two.
Look at
But
Toxic.
these dates though,
The
man.
dates don't make sense. 2021.
But yeah, we're gonna be fair. Ain't no one gonna play no damn games and
Yeah, we're
this.
gonna be
But
fair.
okay, but you know what? Hey, let's look at this. Santa Throw.
Still was.
Oh, never mind. I don't have the numbers on that. I was thinking for some reason. I only got the numbers on hardware. I was hoping I had numbers on the games.
Hold on. So all right. So Toxic is right. Let's get out the Christmas game. All right, let's go to all right, the Maraza Cops. Oh yeah, this is a great one. Watch this. So this is that one. I remember when that came out. Maraza Cops, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna go to that one. Look at P Dubs. Hey, Dubs said he's ranked 60. But look,
yeah.
P Dubs just told y'all he played in December 20. So if P Dubs is ranked number 60, and the last time he played in 2021, how the hell much traffic you think that game is getting, man? How many
if you
people
just
playing?
joined, we were just mentioning how it's tough for these guys that had a job to do to be dealt the hand they were given when you can only do so much. It's how you're going to get more hype when you only had limited cabinet sales. If you didn't hear that, I calculated it's about 3,200 cabinets sold total. And if you want to know,
that's documented.
And Dubs, if you want to know specific cabinets, like the one you bought or whatever, I got the numbers. So ask and I will tell.
So that also taps into them, Messiah. So think about it.
You know, because these guys are working hard, like Dubs and whatnot, trying to, thinking that, well, IRK. Well, John says there's 10,000 people out there.
And they making content thinking they
going to 10,000. Yeah, so here's the thing. You're making content to what? The wall?
Exactly. If they making content thinking there's 10,000 quote unquote cabs out there and they decide to make content for it, that's a waste of time. Am I wrong, Dubs? You here?
Yeah.
You in the chat, Dubs? Am I wrong? Why y'all stop? Why did y'all slow down making content on IRK? That's why. It's 3,200 cabs out there. Why would they make content about that? Or why would
I don't blame them?
Content?
And I don't blame them not to. I mean, because there's a reason why. There's a motivation. You need to have most people need a motivation to stream. I'm not going to sit here and not what motivates them. I have a motivation. He has a motivation. But it's not fair for him to be misspoke. I'm not even going to say lied to about the state of things. And then he gets out misinformation unbeknownst to him,
and we pointing the fingers at him because he's giving out misinformation.
So you're a liar. You know all about this, and that's not fair because he was lied to. I just think people need to start acknowledging they were lied to.
That exactly. Pull that up, Messiah, real quick. Pull that up about Maraza Cops, and we're gonna talk about it because Dub says he never bought the game. I know me and Gunther didn't get it. So look at this. You got 18 total people. You got 18 people. Look at the dates. Our boy CP played in October.
Yeah.
Crazy played in 2021. Prince Malcolm, August of 21. That's 18 people. The whole Scotch Tape. Our boy Scotch Tape went playing, and this was 2021. He disappeared. Scotch Tape said he had got. I talked to Scotch Tape, great guy. He was very active on his own show. Scotch Tape decided he was focusing on whiskey tasting and reviewing whiskey, which is great. Oh yeah, actually, Scotch Tape sent me and Gunther a flight of whiskey. So shout out to Scotch Tape. But he moved on because he didn't like some of the drama, and he
Oh
was one
yeah,
of
I
the day
mean,
one
I don't
people.
blame him. I don't
But
blame him.
anyway, look at this, Dubs. 18 people. So the game you said didn't look good. It's got 18 people playing in it, and it was 2 years ago.
It's 12 out of 10. What are you talking about? How dare you?
But
Yeah.
but we got some content creators. I never seen Dubs or Michael B or them say it. But Brad gets on a show and says, "Oh, this game's a 10 out of 10." Him and Brooklyn will get on there and play that shit on that Friday night show. Oh man, this is a hidden gem. I heard it on Super Game Room, dudes. Who wants to have time? That some people want to go and play a game. They don't want to go through sifting through trash looking for a gem. I'm sorry. So if you
Yeah.
got 18 people and this is quote unquote a hidden gem, how many people are going to find that hidden gem?
I think by the end of the day, Brooklyn was like the main true IRK content creator left.
I agree.
Probably still is, and
He still is.
you know,
Still
and
is.
he did
It's
what he
what it
could,
is.
which
Yeah,
was
it's what it is.
he would get on there and he would show off the game, which was objective because even I would go on his shows and then enjoy it and be like, hey, this is cool, and he did this cool little thing where it was like elimination, and I remember I was enjoying the show, and everyone was voting on this one of the games because it
Right.
was newer, had better quality sound than the older game. And then here comes John. This wasn't that long ago.
John's a fool, man.
You need to see this stream doesn't capture the quality of what it sounds like. I was like, what do you mean, John? And this was not that long ago. This is before you start cussing me out.
This
and
is
going crazy on Twitter.
recent.
Yeah, it was recent. And I was like, well, what do you mean? He says, have you ever been inside a theater, Adobe surround sound, IMAX, and all this other bullshit? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm a grown ass man. I don't have Down syndrome, special needs, and I don't understand. Sorry, but it's just how I feel. I'm frustrated.
Yeah,
because it's insulting to me. That someone would think that I don't I'm an audiophile. I know when things would sound bad or whatnot. I understand things can't always translate over streams and stuff like that. But no, the sound on the other game was dookie. It
was.
Even Nix was like, it's dookie. But he won't coming for Nix.
Nope.
He was only coming for me.
Yep. That's fact. And my thing is, Gunther's gold cap. If Gunther here, hey, tell him, Gunther, your gold cap sound was broke when Gunther got that damn. I think Gunther probably had a few weeks run on his gold cap, and then the soundboard went out. I think they might have sent them they were using cheap parts. We got confirmation on that, by the way, everybody.
Yeah, they
were using cheap parts, and y'all thought that was all. Why do y'all think people's screens was going bad? PC soundboards was torched. They were using cheap parts. Simple as that. Console fanboy, I'm gonna address this. So console fanboy is asking why are people falling for the dog whistle to buy, the fire sale and get games when they're about to be uploaded for free. I agree. I would not. I wouldn't buy no game. Where's the money going? What to legal fee with tax? Where's the money? I would not pay for no games. If I were you guys, I'd wait.
I wouldn't buy their games.
Yeah, don't buy no game.
Because what was interesting about Kong's show was that I zoomed up on his list and it showed like 12 or so games or something like that. But when you were looking at them, none of them were really noteworthy in my eye because I have my own opinion about nostalgia and big name games, and the only big one I saw was Metal Slugs. And but all those other games, those weren't the games that were floated around for rumors. I didn't see any Virtua Fighter and all these other cool games that were on the promissory list that other folks were talking about. And there was another game that was very noteworthy. It was called Mountain King, and that got removed from the game library almost like a year and a half ago. And I was covering that, but no one cared, and it's like, dude, this is a sign. Like they stealth remove these Kickstarter promise games, and nobody cared. But that just goes to show you that the game won't no good. But every game is always being touted as the best. I just don't get it. I mean, clearly, if every game is the best, then why did you only sell several thousand arcade cabinets? Because these numbers are abysmal. And then the returns, y'all guys, man, y'all some mofos. I'll be mad too.
Yeah.
Sending all these returns, like
gang of returns.
You know, because here's the deal. I counted for all those numbers, but I didn't account for all the returns I see. You'll see, like, I'm gonna exaggerate. You'll see like a profit of like 30,000 for a cab, and then you see the return cost
returns
plus the taxes, and they'll be down to like 13 grand. And it's like, damn,
the boys was getting. So Gunther said both. Wait a minute. So Gunther said both of his cabs got no audio, so he got a brick paperweight. I'm sorry, Gunther. I ain't mean to clown the homie, but Gunther got two big paperweights in his. He gets no sound. So I mean, but with Gunther, there's a reasoning why you don't have no sound, because they use cheap part. That's confirmed by their staff. Y'all think me and Mensa worked for and got this? Their own staff said this. Staff said they use cheap parts. Yeah. And it ain't who you might think it is. It's other staff that was working there that they screwed over. Who said it?
So this is an interesting question. Who's getting the money if people buy the games off the arcade store? So
I want to know that too. Yeah,
I think I can only give my opinion. I believe, based upon what I understand, it goes to John's pockets. It goes to his portfolio.
Let me get Bill
in
here.
Problem is, when I was looking at these Form D filings, if I believe he sold off the rest of his company, and when you do these Form Ds, they're not just for making the company run longer. They can be used to put away in hedge funds. It literally said on these sites you're allowed to put them away in hedge funds, for family funds. Yeah. You can put away and you can put them away for retirement pensions.
So this is his So he.
I think that was his swan song to get out. They paid it off. He got
avoid legal fees.
And when I was talking to my sources, I could see, like I said, Mr. Chang, who runs IRK, president of IRK Korea, and Mrs. Chang, the investor. There's the terminology keeps going around, investor or investors. That's bullshit. It's 52. It says it on the shit. 52. It's part of a big what do you call it? The hedge fund companies. So they got lots of people going in. And so one or two people didn't just pull out and the whole thing went shit. That's a lie. Either all 52 did, but we're talking 3 months, 4 months after the fact. The shit was filed way long ago. When it's filed, that means it's done.
Yep.
You have to file it within so many days or it's crime. So he's got the money.
He got the money.
What they did to Vanilla Beast is crazy, and
I
keep getting more and more about other developers.
About it, yeah. I got word from a source about another developer who said, well, we trying to pick up the pieces because we were getting ready to finish the game. And this is a game that everybody been asking about and been waiting on. And now we find out today, I think, Mensa, that the game was getting ready to be ported. And they got blindsided like everybody else. So, I mean, but go ahead and listen to the rest of these people.
Like what game did you buy? Or what cabinet did you buy? Toxin? Put it in chat.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how many got sold.
I know Gunther got Double Dragon. What's all right? So what's those numbers? Gunther got Double Dragon. I know that for sure. That Black Edition, gold.
So the black one, all right.
Yeah, I think it's called Black Edition.
Yeah, that's what it's. Or no, that's the Black Friday. Black Edition. So for the 128 gigabytes, we're looking at 76 total.
Ha!
Uh, yeah, for that.
76 total. How many returns on the Black Edition?
So what they do is they do it by money. So
Oh, it's by
but
money.
you're looking at about 51 grand for the black.
Okay.
Discounts of 1,500.
So the discounts would mean
So
cabs they gave out.
I think so.
Yeah,
And then
so
you're looking at
that was free cab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
And
free
then
cab.
which we already know because I think each different tuber got one different one from whatever, but I could be wrong. But either way, they also weren't the only ones. They apparently, we put a lot on the other tubers and stuff, but they weren't the only ones giving cabs. There was a lot of different celebrities and all these other folks that were giving cabs, but they never put it out. They never put it out or covered it.
So, I thought RGT 85 did cover it.
I don't know about that person. We're talking actual real celebrities, like people actually of note, like people that my child might know. Okay. You know, like social media famous.
Devs were working on making games when Jong knew they weren't going to come. Oh, okay. So Toxin said some key shit, and this was what proves Jong's shadiness. Devs is out here working, i.e., us at Bash, because we were about to release Zone Blaster. Then you have Vanilla Beast. You have it was a bunch of cats that were done. Oh, Heavy Metal Titans. So I mean, hey. Yeah. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. But I do want to say this. You got cats like Brad still streaming, talking about, oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, now he's all on. Hey, Glenn, please.
Glenn's the next thing, man.
Glenn, don't let them dudes. Stay away from them dudes, man.
Glenn, hey, you're bigger than IRK, man, and people gonna still look at you and go.
Y'all warn Glenn, please don't get caught up in this.
I don't know to laugh or be disturbed. I thought it was cute, but then when I was thinking about the people who did it, it was like a little disturbing. Brad did this video someone put out, and it showed Glenn. It was what do you call it, the Grinch, and they had like Glenn praised. You know, like it was weird. It was very cultish. It was. I felt. Ugh.
Console fanboy got he walking down a right street. Hey, so you got a point, bro. It wasn't. I don't think it was an IP thing. I've been told that the game was on the machine, running at what was it, Mensa? 30 frames. I think they said it was running at 30 frames.
I know they I've been told that, but then also the developer would tell different story. Yeah, so
that MFL is a mystery. We will never get the truth. We heard two different things. Like he said, one, it was running at 30 frames. It just caused an overheating issue, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And then we found out from somebody, the actual developer, that it couldn't run at all. So I don't know who to believe on this one.
Pre-orders were at 25.
For what, MFL?
Yeah.
So they only had 25 MFL cabs, but yet that dude, Michael DeSalvo, whoever that
it went from 40. I guess it got hit hard because you're looking at 47,000 for profit, and then at the end of the day, they banked 16,000. So a lot of returns.
A lot of returns. Well, of course, I ain't getting the motherfucking game, so I don't want the cab. But I know MCAP got the MFL cab. I think he finally sold his on OfferUp. But he said that was cringe. Them boys brought out our boy Tim Kitzrow. They brought all these people out, did a big production. How the hell you don't send that game out to your test team? Is Michael the only tester? Because Mike was trying to make it seem like he was the only tester. But all of a sudden, I think P-Dub's still here. And you ain't got to comment, P-Dubs, but we know the real. All of a sudden, Michael Svabek is in P-Dubs and them chat on Friday. He got a lot to say now, talking about, oh, I wish I can go in depth about what it take. Why the hell you didn't go in depth before? Now you want to be transparent. When we would talk to
he
Michael,
needs to go high because
man, he
everything
need
he
to get
says,
away.
I can counter. You know,
he needs to be Casper. P-Dubs, don't put him on your show. Let it go, man.
I'm telling you right now, I
put
have
him on there,
receipts on that guy, and it won't.
It ain't gonna look good.
You can do his word versus mine, but I have his word. I have the receipt, so I don't know. You guys,
I ain't
you better be careful.
I don't want to gatekeep your show, y'all show, but I wouldn't put Michael's vibe. I wouldn't invite him on there to talk nothing.
I mean, they straight up lied to you about the numbers. How many freaking
I wouldn't invite that dude to talk that.
Man.
And then all of a sudden, you know what Michael's Vibek is doing? He's in there doing damage control. That's what he's doing. Man, I've never seen this dude talking like that in chats. He wouldn't come to our chat on his own. But now he on Friday night on Super Game Room, dude, talking about he'll go in depth about how we get those games. We know we done seen two sides of the story. Michael's S will say, we already got the game, or we're already working the game. And then the developer will tell somebody else, we haven't heard from him. So you think he's going to get on your show, Dubs, and tell the truth? Highly doubt it. He's trying to clear his name and distance himself from John. But Michael told y'all that he was the leader of the ship. He got on live and said, I'm the what? Mensa, what he said his title was? Did he say he was customer service? Did he say he was a QA tester? He said he was the executive producer. And if any of you know, I've done shows and concerts. When you're an executive producer, your job is to get money. Your job is to source material. Your job is to test material. You are over the marketing plan. You are over the overall personnel. It's 5 things as an executive producer. John, as the CEO, we can't point the finger at him as CEO. You know why, Mensa? Because as CEO, you're leading from the balcony. You have a staff below you who execute. It's like military.
You have a chain of command.
You got a chain of command. Mm-hmm. The commander is going to take the fall, but he's not going to take it without firing motherfuckers first. Yeah. So Michael Light, you were the problem. It was a failure in leadership. So don't go on P-Dub's show trying to kiss ass and trying to talk about your mustache and all that, because you're going to get jokes and stuff. So that's what you're going on there for, to clear yourself. You were the single point of failure. Tell that.
Kenneth Phil says he ran the whole damn show when John Wook-shin was AWOL in Korea.
Hey, bam! So is it just me?
He's just as complicit with anything that went down with this outfit. Yes. And that's another thing you guys got to understand is
shit real.
He wasn't the only one in the outfit. In America, he had his own little thing going on, but there's a Korea team, and they're like 10, 11 folks.
Where's the Disney dude, Mensa? You forgot. You forgot about him.
Man,
touch on that, Mensa. I got a question.
I wish I could show you guys this guy, but he was this big shot Disney dude. Clean looking, man. Like,
look
like I mean, he had white t-shirt or teeth, and he was clean, man, clean. But when I started looking him up, he was way bigger than IRK, whatever. Like it's almost like it was all a lie, because why would he ever be associated? Like he's like running an NFL team right now, but he was going to work for IRK.
You said what about NFL?
Yeah, like he's like, when I looked at his LinkedIn account, he's running some like big level NFL team shit. Like
what? Why would he? So what was?
That's what I'm saying.
What do you think? Is that so? I'm gonna give you my theory, man.
So it was a fucking lie, and it was just a way to entice in other investors.
Bingo. So I think
it was a lie, because remember that Fundable website. I sold off to Toxin. That John created the you talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and showed off
Streets of Rage
and Streets of Rage 4, and he was flagging me. Michael, the one with all the credibility, was telling the admins that I was lying and it's fake. But while John Wook-shin was real time editing it, but the fun part about all that stuff is that I web archived it, so it's out there for anyone who wants the link.
So
You can look it up.
I got a
You
theory,
had
Mensa.
intent to lie day one.
I got a theory, Mensa. I think, and I love Colin. Colin is I met Colin, nice guy, but Colin's job is what? Public relations. I think because from what everybody in Canada is telling me,
Connected to Colin.
bingo. Canada Phil said, and I quote, Colin is a big celebrity in Ontario. He's a big time newscaster. We know he's in sport. He covered him. So I think that Colin has a relationship with this Disney guy. And I think as public relations, he told John, hey, John, it would be good PR and would be good for, because that's a part of a PR's job, is to tell you what would be good for investment. And I think he told John, let's get my boy on. We'll say he's coming to the company. This will entice investors to dump money into the company. That's what I think is happening. Because that's like me saying, all right, well, Gunther, hey, you our boy. Can you get on stream and say you fuck with us?
All right. Check out who we got in the back room.
Bingo.
You see who we got in the back room?
Oh, I can't see because I'm not an admin.
Oh, man, look at that. So all right, we got a surprise guest here.
Who's a surprise? Surprise me today. Oh, shit. Oh, the shit. Oh, it's going down now. We got a surprise guest. Everybody say, welcome to the stage. The man, the myth. Everybody, the man everybody blame who did something. Bill McLaughlin.
This is the guy that I apparently attacked relentlessly, and I was a troll and got kicked out of the group for. Thank you. I don't know.
What's up, Bill?
So I got a comment on that about Messiah relentlessly attacking me by calling me when I was down, when I was feeling hurt, and hey Bill, hey Bill, man, everything's gonna be all right, man. The encouragement, man, it's my brother right there. I love him to
death. We love you too, Bill. And this is the thing, Bill. Bill, you done a lot. All we want is you to always get credit. Your boys ride with you. We want you to get credit. I know you never like to take credit, but hey, we gonna give you your flowers. You tried to hold this company up as long as you technically could. I mean, hell, you bought an online bowling experience, which hey, we did the best that we could, Bill. I mean,
the only thing I'm really more upset about is not so people can still play bowling online, but when the servers go down, they won't be able to see usernames. So they'll be able to play, but you won't know who you're playing against unless you're playing against somebody on a different platform. But even then, when we do the updates this weekend for the Steam and the new mobile versions, they're not going to work on the iArcade anymore. So iArcade won't have cross connectivity anymore, but they'll still be able to play against each other.
Right. And this is the thing about this too. I'm as a Bash, I want to say employee, affiliate, whatever you want to call it. I'm Bash. I got it. I should get Bash tatted. But I'm gonna say this: people came out and attacked us, right, and said, "Oh, the bowling sucked, graphics is garbage, this and that." But when you got to understand, and Renzo getting some of that too. Our boy Renzo, he getting a lot of that shit that we got. And I told Renzo, "Hey, keep your head up. The iArcade has limits with an Unreal type of situation. What we doing." You better take it to Steam, man.
Have they not seen it on Steam? Because the graphics on there is crazy.
Bowling graphics on Steam is totally different.
I'm talking about Heavy Metal Titans.
Titans
is crazy on Steam.
Yeah, the graphics on Heavy Metal Titans is crazy on Steam too. But most people, they don't understand the limitations. So I want to put that out there, Mensa, that we got a lot of heat, and you know it firsthand. And you was one of the defenders of it too. But you had a lot of people coming out talking shit when we tried to do a service.
Oh, for bowling?
Yeah, for bowling.
So I destroyed the bowling.
You did? You did?
Yeah, man. I did that. Was it the Cartoon Network Zoltar with the backwards feet? Yeah. I mean, who's ready for bowling? Yeah, but here's the fun part about it. Bill was receptive of criticism, and he did everything that addressed what I had to say. It is one of the most played games I have on my arcade. When Bill saw it, my 15-year-old son had about 6 to 8 folks on, over, and that's all they were playing was bass bowling. And I was
I'll
like,
tell you this about his
they
son.
had no idea that you made it or nothing. Like,
His
and they said it was
son-
good.
His son was actually super instrumental in a lot of these updates, especially the ball trail. The ball trail was his son's idea. It was like,
Really? I didn't know that.
where was
Mhm.
like he
snap.
just said it kept feeling like it missed something. So when I
Mhm.
first put it to Mike, Mike also said the same thing when I actually learned about what juice was in games. So he was like, there's something missing. I was like, all right, I'll put something. I put rockets in it. So we know how that went. And then the bowling.
You got attacked for it.
Yeah, bowling version 1. It wasn't bad. It was like my first,
I mean,
my
it was
first
a-
actual
yeah.
game.
First, yeah.
So, but bowling, version 2 was completely different. It was almost a different game. But because of the enhanced graphics and the different things that we did, it was like, with Bowling V2, it kind of made it look a little bit worse on the arcade.
Yeah.
I did feel bad about it, but at the same time, it was like, I pushed the limits of the arcade. And then, KC, you tested Zone Blaster.
Yeah.
You seen, man, we
Yeah.
couldn't release it because,
It was awful on
it was
arcade,
too much
man.
needing to be optimized. If it was just one person running around, it looks fine. As soon as a bug come in, it starts dripping. And then you see how many bugs come out now. It's like 100 bugs hit you at one time now. So it got to the point it was
not enjoyable on arcade.
Yeah, but
all.
Tank Bash bricked my first arcade. And now I fixed the server. I definitely fixed the server. So when they start downloading with the mod, I even told the team in Coder, I said, look, I don't care about it. Everybody knows I came from Hollow Stick. So
that's not. Yeah, I was saying
I don't give a shit. That's not where it was. My concern was that Tank Bash would brick somebody else's machine. So I said, let me fix the server before you give that one out. Everybody else spends free game. I don't give a shit. I'll even. I told him I'd even fix some things up on our end, and I might even throw in a surprise here and there. I'm thinking about it. I got to talk to Dom about it, but I might throw in a surprise for everybody. With it because again, I still to this day I don't feel like any ill will towards IRK. I don't feel any bad negativity because IRK was my first home. We've moved on. We've done so much bigger. Dom, you know what we're doing right now. So It's like with the things that we got going on now. My first home was always IRK. So my heart goes out to John knowing what's happening. My heart goes out to Mike, although I know Mike came from Bethesda. So he's going to pick right back up. He's going to land another AAA job now.
My heart goes out to Liv and Caitlin for being fired a year ago.
Hey, I'm with Mensa on that though, Ruckus. My heart ain't going out to them.
That's the fun part about this. We all have
going out
opinions.
I'm going out to the Livs, the Cates, and all the other people that got laid off.
All of them.
And y'all didn't know it.
Yeah. So look, I did get to meet Kate and Liv. Liv was man, and I can't remember the Evangeline.
Evangeline.
She was she was super instrumental in Time Killers and Bloodstorm. So
but we know the truth, Bill. Mike wouldn't listen. You knew a lot of stuff, but he wouldn't listen to you. Prince had all kind of stuff for them for free, and he wouldn't listen. So in order to be an effective leader, and you know this as a leader of Bash, you only as good as the team you surrounded with. You can't run an arcade company as a two-man show.
So the different now, I definitely don't want to throw Mike on there. I don't want because Mike did listen to some things. He passed it up, and the higher ups kicked them down. Within us, we operate a little bit differently than most other places. When anytime there's ever been any issues within the team, within us, it's when it gets brought to my attention, I do my best to fix the family first, and then if it did extend externally, it extends externally. But we always keep our stuff in house. Nobody's ever seen any discontent between us. Nobody's ever even known, the amount of arguments you guys have had. How many times you guys have yelled at me? You screamed at me about a month ago because I messed up on something. And the thing that I do is that I take accountability. I make sure everybody understands.
Accountability.
I make sure everybody understands, at least in our team, if it gets outside too, I take accountability. But, in our team, it always, the buck always stops with me. I am always quick to say that my team, everybody on my team is definitely smarter than what I do. Ryan is an emulation god. You see what Ferris can do. You and Gunther are, the media gurus. Six is the brains behind the outfit. But everything when everything goes down, the buck stops with me. This is where it happens. This old man, this Bill's organization. I messed up. Don't take it on my team. So that's always been my thing. So even when my team has issues with me, I make sure it's squashed immediately. Whatever I got to do to fix that, it's fixed. So
and you've done that for sure. You've definitely done that.
I heard Michael did get a lot of kickback, especially about who was moderating.
Oh yeah,
that he believed that a lot of people shouldn't, or one person shouldn't be moderating, and got a lot of kickback on that too.
So you also got to remember, Mike is one person. Mike can't do it all. He really tried, and to his credit,
he tried to, but you get okay. But know that though.
For me, it's a poor excuse, and this is why.
Yeah,
hire somebody else.
Right,
hire a team. But
they had money at
the
one point,
person is letting people go. And the people he's letting go, he's not explaining to the rest of the community, hey, look, we're smaller, Now, I get it. In other circumstances, you don't want everybody to know your vulnerabilities and da-da-da. But at the end of the day, he had such a cult following. If he was just transparent, people would have ate any shit he gave them. So now, at least be true. If he was just truthful, they would have gave him all.
I got to play devil's advocate on it. So with those guys, they have investors looking. So you can't ever appear to look like you're messing up. You got to always look strong because a bunch of people gave you money. Now, the difference between iArcade and us, no one gave me anything. The money that we made, everything we did came out of the love of our hearts, came out of my pockets. Came out of KC's pocket, came out of Gunther's pocket, came out of Six's pocket, came out of Ryan's pockets. This stuff came out of our pockets, and we made the money we made went back into the team and trying to build everything out.
Fair enough. But also, on that point, that would mean they lied. And I don't care. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that they were in. If I was in their shoes, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have done the same thing, etc. Right, but the point is, I wasn't. I'm on the other end, and I'm the one being told the lie as a customer, and that's what hurts us on our end because it's kind of like I got roofing to get done, right? And then the guy, I got it getting done through insurance. And this fucker, he's telling me on the phone, oh, we're losing money on this. And I'm thinking to myself, why do I give a shit? You accepted the job. The insurance company is going to pay what they pay you. I don't give a fuck what you're not getting or you're getting because you accepted the job. And I'm good to go as long as I pay my stuff. And that seems to be the excuse of iArcade. I don't give a shit because I'm the one that you should be pleasing. I'm the customer, but they somehow flipped it. You need to be the ones going out and getting the games. You need to be doing all the.
And when they do that,
well, you were given, but they were given all this money.
Yeah. So what do you do with the money?
If they were just a 2-man show with all that money, why they should have ran it as a 2-man show with all that money, and they would have had a lot more getting done. But instead, I think they reached for the skies too much.
I agree with that because
you also got to remember, iArcade, the hardware itself. It's not underpowered, but it wasn't even obsolete, but it's the mobile platform itself can't survive without having iterations. PK even learned that lesson. That's why there's upgrades to the ad games. That's why there's constant upgrades to the ad games.
Constant, yeah.
Constant. But at the same time, the hardware, even the new hardware that just came out, the Rockchip 3599s, they're going to go obsolete next year. Then you gotta wait. Mobile platforms, if you don't get the latest and greatest right then and there and just charge everybody for the latest and greatest right then and there, it's not going to work. That's why Polycade does work.
But that was the excuse for the gold. But it wasn't an upgrade.
It was just a repackage.
Am I wrong? Was the gold an upgrade?
No, it was a repackage.
Was it a new chipset or was it the same darn thing?
The same shit.
USB? Now, even with the new chipset, I think we were the only ones able to actually utilize it. No, I'm with you there because we were able to, with bowling. I snuck that in there in that championship and with time push.
So is it fair to say the gold and the old one were pretty much the same?
It was
board. Do you disagree?
But now this is where I think Jong even probably still
omission is
come back. I think what team and coach are doing, if they're able to grab it and I can do something with it. I'll probably move it to a different, a higher level platform. The problem will always be is that in any other space, if you're selling titles, you're selling games on hardware that's going to go obsolete, in a year or two, it's going to always go down. And you can't do that with, Android-based systems because That's why there's a Galaxy S something every year, because it's always the latest, and that's why they offer trade backs, because everyone costs $2,000. But
And I appreciate them actually giving us something new.
Right.
you
But
got
The gold, and then I'm asked to pay $800 more for a USB input, and that's
but that's already been there though, Mensa. This is the thing. Why? Whose idea? And I want to. Hey, we speculating at this point. Whose idea was it to do a gold cap? Because
I don't know. I don't know where the idea came from.
that was the dumbest idea I ever seen in life. Because why do a gold cap if you don't have no money? Why just not make the best of what you have?
If they brought out that board and say, hey, you know what we would like to do for you guys, because this would be the greatest marketing to me. But since we care about you guys so much, you can just buy the board
and swap
it, and we're going to bring you the latest and greatest. And holy crap,
that's what
I think he would have doubled.
I don't think
whatever he could have made his own.
Here's where I think all of them go wrong. I think every single one go wrong, except for Arcade 1UP. Now, the difference between everybody, Arcade 1UP has the market where, one, everybody knows Scott has shit tons of money. He's Daddy Warbucks. And John D has been in the industry for decades. Yeah, so they have the advantage of the connections. And big shout out to John D. That's my guy, especially for what happened this weekend. I owe him for that. But with those guys, with Arcade 1UP, they're able to go out and say they can get NFL Blitz, they can get NBA Jam, they can get Street Fighter. People will pay for Street Fighter 2 for the rest of their lives.
Hell yeah, that's
but that's the fun part. When it's a one and done, and you're a grown person and you want to pay for that, then that's what you're getting. The problem go ahead.
Let me do a little cell phone here. How many times are people going to buy Time Killers, over and over again? And it's not. And Time Killers is a great game. It's our game. Bloodstorm was it's still one of my favorite games.
Hard as fuck.
But people aren't going to buy those same games because the fact that they came after Street Fighter. They're not revolutionary. They're not even clones of Mortal Kombat. They were there to build on that Mortal Kombat hype, and it did what it was supposed to do. Those guys, ITS knows it. We know it. Everybody knows it. And they happen to be one of my favorite games. Not to mention, they think everybody. IMC. What happened? I'm sorry. Yeah, but they think they knew what it was. Golden Tee was the thing. Anyway, back to Brad. Hey, Bill, do you think Brad bought subs? Not no comment. I don't know. And to be honest with you,
yes.
I don't know. If he bought subs,
I'll answer that. Bill, don't answer. I'm answering for Bill. Yes, console.
No, I mean,
hey, like I said, I don't even hate him for that. I just dislike the bullcrap lie.
I ain't worried about his subs.
I mean, you're small,
with my son just made it to 575 subscribers in a fucking week. Yeah. And he's 9. And his videos are funny as hell.
He's small. He's got to get somewhere.
But
he uses that.
I would go buy him subs.
People.
If he was trying to do something bigger and he needed subs, I would go buy my son subs.
Yeah.
I promise you. I wouldn't do it for us because
not for us.
We are trying to sell stuff, and I can't buy people.
You need real
sales. I can't spend money for people to pick a butt. I need people to look at it and want to be interested.
I want to ask you about the operating system that iArcade runs on. So it runs off of an Android operating system, right?
Android 9.
And you said it's 9, right?
Android 9.
And what's the latest and greatest out now for Android?
20, I think.
So you said we're about on 20.
So now don't let those numbers
11 iterations back. Now, I just want to know factually, is it possible for the current rock set? I'm not asking about the who what,
right?
To run the Android 20 on the iArcade board?
Yes, but it's akin to having an old school computer with what maybe a Pentium 3 DDR2 RAM trying to run Windows 11.
What operating system would be optimal, or which version of Android would be optimal with that?
9 is perfect.
Just the 9. Okay.
9, and the reason why is because 9 doesn't have as many permissions errors that you would get between those other people, but Android 9 allows for certain things. It's horrible. with other things, but for this purpose and for integrated platforms, it's great. Android 9 is probably definitely the greatest move they did. Going with Android was an amazing idea. Where they failed at it with Android is they didn't utilize the fact that it's Android other than for third-party development. Yeah, it's easier for Unity games. It's
I
easier
agree.
for Unreal Engine, but if they had put in the Google Play Store, yes,
Man.
if you're going to open up piracy, cool, you open it up for the Play Store, but you're doing it in a legitimate way.
Right.
And because if you look at games, now I'm not saying anything wrong about games. PK is my guy too, but PK is the biggest selling point with games and Games Legends Ultimate, not the pinballs, because pinball is actually different because it's a different type. But Games Legends gives a shit about the games that's on there, and that's coming from a guy who just released 140 games on at games. At games, the main selling point is that goddamn CoinOps X and how
Bring your own game. That's it.
How well everything plays with the CoinOps X. That's why. Even Polycade, that's my guy. That's my team right there. But Polycade's biggest selling point is that you can integrate Steam, and because it does. It still opens you up for piracy. Plus, it's a Windows-based platform, so that's super open anyway. But you integrate Steam. So because you can integrate Steam, it still makes piracy kind of inconvenient while you can still have it, but your games are open.
He should have had it. I agree with that, Bill. He should have had the Google Play Store and allowed you to download apps like a big tablet and an arcade format tablet. That's what I think it should be.
That's what he was promising on the Fundable website this whole time, and they never implemented.
Look at the games that are on Android that could have been on the iArcade. Street Fighter 4, the Street Fighter 4 thing with the monitor control, the one that had the monitor controls for Street Fighter 6.
Shredder's Revenge.
Fighters, Street Fighter Duel, King of Fighters All Stars, all of the SNK games. You wouldn't even need licensing from certain people because you would already have built-in support for Google Play. You're just selling the hardware. The problem with iArcade is that iArcade is a software platform trying to sell hardware when they should have been a hardware platform with software as a side effect, like Arcade 1UP. So if you look at Arcade 1UP, the biggest selling points are on Arcade 1UP are the fact that Marvel games sell well. Street Fighter is going to sell well. Pac-Man is going to sell well because people are going to play that shit till the end of time. But they were revolutionary titles. Mortal Kombat was a revolutionary title. Fast and Furious isn't going to sell like Outrun did.
But he wanted a lockdown on the whole piracy thing, which I understand. But at the same token, he took earlier when he came out, he took on this iteration of piracy is bad because I saw the Mad Pixel thing. Let's be real, he did that. He had a whole sheet. And then he blamed a rogue employee, which is bullcrap because for us all we know, there's always been just a couple faces to, and said that this guy apparently created it all and put it out there, and that's not what IRK is about. And he completely disagrees with it because he got a lot of kickback. What I don't understand about the fan group is that the whole point was even with the most staunchest anti-Jong or whatever, they all love their IRK.
Yeah.
Then no one in the other group goes, I hate the IRK.
I'll tell you
They all say that they enjoy their IRK, but what they did not like was the way that the company was being run. So back to that.
And I see, believe me when I tell you, I have literally 100 unread emails or 100 inboxes from people saying, why don't I take over iArcade? I'm not taking over iArcade. It's not my idea. It's not my thing.
Everybody wants you to take over.
Not to mention, once again,
they ain't got nothing.
I'm a poor black man from West Philly. I do not have the money to take on iArcade. People think I'm bigger than I am. I am not. Bowling makes bowling, of course. Bowling does semi well, and then I'm hoping the couple of games we got coming this week are going to do a little bit better. We got Driver's Edge coming back now that we got somebody to help me with that, but we aren't in a position that Jong is in. Jong comes from a couple of industries where he was able to, be able to leverage those connections in order to make people give him money. I have no idea how to get people to give me money. I can't. I have a hard enough time trying to get my dad to cash at me $10. So I have no idea how to ask complete strangers how to, Exotic gives me money. So, even now, talking with Tyler Bushnell, my guy, oh man. So me and him, we've been talking about different things, and he's trying to help me now too. But it's like, if they knew the road it took me to get here, it would be crazy. Like I could easily have taken over IRK if I had the funding. I could have taken IRK. I could have leveraged the fact that Mike is an extremely talented game developer and moved him to game development to do the thing that he likes to do.
But that only
He's more than a Disney stuntman.
I would put I would have Six doing what Six does. Six is the person that people think I am. Six is who people assume that me to be. The brains and stuff. No, it's Six. And believe me when I tell you, when everything that I do usually goes through Six. If it doesn't go through Six, it goes to Don and Gunther. And the reason why is because if I make decisions arbitrarily, it's kind of like, being married. Yeah. You make decisions arbitrarily, somebody's going to fuss at you because you're going to do something wrong. Now, you have two choices when people fuss at you. You can either say, I'm the boss, or you could say, damn, let me hear your way. If I can defend my way in a better way, and I can lead you to understand my way and why I think my way is better, cool. If I can't, let me hear your way. Let's come to a compromise at the very minimum. But you have to be able to be receptive to feedback. You have to be able to be receptive to how you feel. If people tell you you're messing up, and people are telling you messing up because they have an interest in seeing you succeed, you take that. That's how me and Messiah got cool. We sat down and talked. He completely destroyed Bully, and that was what got, because he didn't come at me.
Because that's when I went after him.
You son of a bitch!
Remember that?
Horrible. It was never.
Y'all skittle.
It was always a thing. Like, he was like, "This fucking sucks." He was like, but he listed points, and it was super detailed. I don't know if you even remember this, Messiah. You had super detailed points. Like, this from here. Everybody knew about the pen thing, but there was like specific things I didn't even think about. And I started taking up. Me and Ferris went over back to the drawing board, and that's where we changed up. We changed the UI. We changed the character.
And everyone in the group raved over it. They said this is completely
I
new
made
game.
Everybody in that group at least
and I enjoyed
acknowledge the fact that, when they said, hey, because they kept saying people from IRK don't listen, people from IRK don't listen. I said, I will listen if you tell me in a constructive way. Everybody in that group, now it was a complete difference, because the IRK community group, the normal one, everybody was like, oh, this sucks. Why does it suck? Okay, well, what do you feel like it sucks? I told you this is a beta, this is an enhanced beta, or not beta, early access. Tell me why you think it sucks. I went to the other group. I started getting details. People didn't just say the shit sucks. People was like, hey, I don't like the way this happens. I don't like the way that happens. If it was in my control, the only thing I haven't changed back was the 666 thing, which everybody still to this day tells me I should do. But I do have to.
I think you should do it. I mean,
that was done by a cult, because the same people who complain about that were complaining about other classic arcade games. One person had a pasty. Yeah. And it was completely covered on the nipples and the stuff that we've seen as children already in the arcade. But then they had the audacity to go, well, John, you need to change this before it's sold. And it's like, who are you?
I literally had the two most
though.
Violent games in IRK. So I don't know.
The 666 was not any ode to the devil.
Yeah, it was never
an Easter egg shout out to our boy Six.
But that's the fun part about it. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
And everybody was saying, there was like, I kept explaining, it's like, I'm not even religious. Like, I get it. I understand what 666 is. I'm not going to play like I'm ignorant, but at the same time, it was Six. Six is the executive producer on this. Six is one of my best friends.
Six. It was just an ode. Yeah. But side note, while Bill, you're talking about Polycade, Gunther just gave me a note to announce. He said he can't join from his tablet, but he said to go in and tell everyone that Fightcade is now on Polycade, which is
I couldn't say it. I couldn't say it.
Oh, you heard it here, folks.
You heard it here.
What's up?
So Gunther just mentioned that now, real time. He said, go ahead and tell everyone Fightcade is on Polycade.
Yes, sir.
Which is a big deal. If you ain't seen that, man, look at here.
Oh,
that means that's going to be a one-stop shop. That's going to be a one-stop shop.
So even with the cool thing about Polycade, especially having Fightcade, is that one, Tyler, Ron, those guys are not fans of piracy. What they are fans of is letting the customer decide for themselves what they want to do. They're not promoting piracy. They're not promoting the fact that, you can do this, that, and the third.
Your choice.
And look, if you want to buy our titles, we have titles on hand for you we have our selection of games that are rather obscure. And then, they also have a lot of indie titles. It's like speedrunners. They got Lethal League, stuff like that.
They got a lot of speed.
They got Donut Dodo. They got and Tricky Towers is one of the crazy games, but they also have Atari 50th collection. So
that was the whole point for the iArcade. It was that people thought, okay, well, let me buy the games that I can buy legally, but the ones that I can't, like at the time, the hell was that?
Who's that? You, Bill?
No,
God, that scared this. That's
they're calling my daughter.
I'm about to say what?
Oh my God!
Actually, I got to make this quick deal with it. But
go ahead, man. Finish up.
They're running a few of their games are running on Retro Bash too. But with that said, not just our emulated titles, but we got a couple of their games up on a lot of Canada Phil say we should be putting Polycade and Molly. We can't do that because Polycade is primarily Windows, and Tyler has no plans to go to Android. If not for that fact, Polycade will probably be on Arcade. Polycade is what Arcade should be. Polycade is the result. Polycades cost like anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000, and it was
minimum. That's minimum.
That's why you see it on TV with Lil Jon. That's why Lil Jon's sitting there playing bowling on TV. That's why 12 Santana. It was in his video playing bowling. That's why me and Soldier Boy was getting into it playing bowling. Not bust his ass, but I hope he's not watching because he kind of beat me.
Soldier Boy,
last minute. But
Soldier Boy, tell him.
So just so y'all know, if y'all on Bash Bowling, you'll see Lil Jon because this is like John. Soldier Boy is Draco something, but it's you'll see
That's
him on
funny.
You'd be surprised the celebrities is playing these games online. But that was also the thing with my whole purpose with bringing bowling and making it cross-platform, making it kind of still the only cross-platform game there. Not just with the other type like that Riptide. Riptide it's just Android, so it's not technically cross-platform. Bowling is going on Xbox pretty soon. It's going on Android and iOS. It's going on. It's already in Steam. So I wanted people to be able to play against each other. So when John D even approached me, he said, "Hey, can we get this on the Infinity Game Table?" Which still may happen pretty soon. It's just the Infinity Game Table was kind of low powered too, so it couldn't really support a lot. So I'll probably bring a lower version down for it. But I wanted people to be able to play together. I wanted the iArcade to have an excuse to say, okay, we're here. You could play against people in bowling in real arcades. Actually, you can go to Dave and Buster's play bowling against somebody at home, and that's the only title I know of right now that can do that.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. That's what's up. Well, man, you said you had to bounce out in a bit.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all inviting me here.
Thank you for
I'll tell you this. My closing thoughts,
bro.
Yeah, my closing thoughts with this is that one, I am not one of the people who wanted iArcade to fail, not just because my games are there and I can put games in there all day, but we're working with a bunch of people now, so it's not like I needed iArcade to stay afloat. What I needed was for the model, and I needed Jung to understand the community really did support him. Yeah. And I don't think he understands a lot. I think he feels like he might feel like he gets a lot of hate, he gets a lot of that. But the whole thing was people love the iArcade. And if it wasn't for that love of the iArcade, now he shows up.
Oh shit.
But if it wasn't for that love of the iArcade, Team Encoder wouldn't even give a shit about trying to do a mod for it. Nobody would care. Right. Team Encoder is trying to do something. They're not even trying to enhance piracy. What they're trying to do is open it up to developers in order to help them bring in, more sales. And even then, I'm gonna say this too, Vanilla Beast, if you're out there, if you're watching this, find me, get a hold of me, find me on Facebook, find me on Twitter, however you can get me. I'm going to help you, bro.
We got his information. Me and Gunther actually going to have him on. Gunther, what did we decide? Are we going to invite him to First Fridays, or what did we decide we were going to do with Vanilla Beast? I think we might try to do an interview with him on Old School Gamer.
If you get him, tell him to get in contact with me.
Yeah,
we're trying to help him. We're trying to get the things going. We're trying to get that game released the way he wants to. So if you can get Vanilla Beast somewhere, get me his information or tell him to find me as soon as possible. Right. I'm going to help him.
Do that to you. All right, brother. Pre. All right,
Thanks for joining us.
Gunther, what you got going on over there grilling ribeyes on Juneteenth? He got
more than I.
We're celebrating
for
right,
everybody.
He's celebrating. He at the pool. Hey, this boy
free at last. Free at last.
Hey, he a true hot shot. Look at him. He at the
Look
pool.
at that pool, man.
Look at
so
this.
This is how
man.
rich people live.
Hey, let's see the pool.
Boy.
Give us a tour of the pool, man. I still got to get to
kicking back, doing some steaks here.
Look at this shit.
Jealous.
You guys got to hook up
that outdoor.
You got to hook yourself up with some of this umami stuff.
I'm gonna get some of that seasoning.
Man, that looks
this
good.
Shit right
umami
here is
with mushroom.
This is amazing right here.
On his ribeyes, and he in his pool house. He got a TV with.
Look at that.
Look at it. He got the arcade hooked up to his pool house TV. Look at that.
The classic grill, charcoal grill.
I did. When it worked.
That's amazing.
When it worked, I did.
Oh, he said when it worked.
Hey,
yeah, we just over here. We just you know, Mr. Mensa started a new on the fly. What does shit say up here? On the fly,
on the fly and off the cuff therapy hour.
Therapy hour. So I hopped in. You know, everybody gone. So Prince Malcolm in that.
Prince.
Wait, hold on. Prince,
he got the link.
Let me see this.
If you want
to
click on it.
Prince, where you at? Let me get.
I sent them the link. I don't know if he wants to jump on or not.
I wish my damn tablet worked for this.
Right.
Your tab. You said the tab wasn't working.
Yeah, well, Canada doesn't have Chrome on it, and you can't download Chrome on it. So
everybody is excited, Gunther, about your announcement. I told everybody about Fightcade coming to Polycade. So everybody is like, really excited about that.
Yeah, Ron started working on some different stuff and started testing some different online browser-based gameplay on the Polycade, and they all work. He's got Fightcade running on it. He's got Jam.gg on it. He's got Argon on it. He's got all the online browser-based gameplay platforms running on it like as an app. So
damn.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
That's what's up, man.
Cool.
That's a good idea.
That.
So it's right in the ATS software. I don't know how he did it, but this works. So.
Well, I got my money aside, Mensa.
Yeah. I think what did I spend it on?
You got the rogue ally. You got the rogue ally. Hey,
I spent that insurance money on.
he spent this Polycade money on the rogue ally. Hey, you better start putting this aside, man.
And luckily, my birthday's coming up, so I have an excuse for something.
Yeah,
you better return it, man.
No, we ain't returning it. Hey, that rogue ally. Oh my god.
It's nasty. I'm gonna give that steam to my son and that rogue, man. Oof.
Hey, this
it's a beast. It's a beast.
Oh man.
I love it.
So Canada,
I was streaming on that the other time.
Half of what you got.
Oh man, I'm trying to find time, Gunther. I'm trying to find time. Canada Phil is speaking some. He been preaching for the past couple of days, man, and he's saying
he's a good dude.
They squandered their potential. Bad management in all caps. Put that comment up. Bad management. That is just.
It's I don't even know what to even call it beyond that. Like, just like Bill said, he wasn't one of the people who wanted to fail, and that's the thing. I don't think you can say anybody wanted it to fail. Who's ever written that?
No, I never seen that.
Like nobody. You a dumbass if you spent $800 on a gold or $1,000 on a gold, even $300. Who wants? I bought it. Somebody buys a machine for it to fucking be bad. That's dumb. That's a dumb thought process.
You in the Matrix, Gunther. We can't hear you.
But that's the rumors, because you're disappointed at what you buy based on what you perceived. Doesn't make you a hater. It makes you a realist, And it's just weird that I think this is what this community thrives on, is that nobody's allowed to hold a different opinion. And if you hold a different opinion, they want to do whatever they can to tear you down. And I think it's time for all the grown people to get together and push aside the kiddies. And if you want to call that gatekeeping, that's exactly what I'm
I
calling
don't
it.
care if it's
That's exactly. The kiddies need to stay inside the kiddie gates.
Go play Fortnite.
You know,
Leave Call of Duty to the rest of us.
you know. It's just craziness.
What, John
You know,
said he got an MBA? He has an MBA. That boy, he
Get
sure
closer to
does
the house,
not
maybe
act
some
like
better
he has.
reception.
well,
Yeah,
I
your
mean, if
service
it's
is bad,
true
huh?
what he has, yeah, he's got an MBA. But you know, he's a smart man, dude. I've seen I've seen his work. I think he worked for like some military stuff too. So somehow he got vice president of LG. He wasn't hired directly by them. It was through like another company, according to the arrest stuff, which is pretty funny. But yeah, yeah. I don't think he's a dummy, and that's what irks me, is that you're not dumb. You're very smart, but I don't. But you know how they say book smarts versus common sense. You know, and it was very sad, very disappointing. A lot of people wanted to like John. Some people still do. There's no way I can like you if I'm the one who was being mistreated. So I will never like that guy. But so I am going to hold a biased opinion when I give stuff. I try to be as objective as possible, and with the facts. But yeah, I have an agenda of bias in the sense that I'm not going to talk very favorably of him. I'm not going to say he deserves to be around my kids and stuff. Hell no.
Right. Real quick, C-Mart. Yeah, that is a glance scoreboard. I got two of them. This is the middle size one, and then I got the bigger one in my office here, and then my office goes into the man cave. So in the man cave, I got the bigger scoreboard. But yeah, it's dope, man. If you're thinking about picking one up, pick it up.
Your buddy.
Gunther, back out and then come back in. Yeah, that might help,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was funny. I talked on this before, but I've seen evidence and proof that John let racism and transphobia persist.
We did. Yeah, we got
I saw where this girl complained about a whole line about transphobia, and where the admins went to him and said, look, like, it was such off color, such disgusting comments. And then this guy would go back and state, I don't think that's what they meant. Like, what else did they mean?
How can you speak on that?
How can you
speak on that though, John? How did he know that?
Well, he saw the message. I may be off on what you're throwing out, and sorry if I missed the retort.
What I'm saying, Mensa, is how he read the statement from
Right.
the admin.
Right.
How can you say, I don't think they meant that? It's black or white. It is what it is.
Thank
Either
you.
lights
It is
are
what
on
it
or
is. It's
There's
clear.
nothing to debate, man.
That was against the rules, and if anything, even if he didn't want to ban them or block them or anything like that, then they should have gave him a warning and going, look, the way your tone was is not permitted in our group, because you still, even if you're right or wrong, you still made this person feel a certain way, and your conduct has been noted. But they don't do that. They don't do that. But thankfully, with the admins currently in the other official sponsor group, with Nick pestering me with his bigoted crap, they suspended him. So thank you guys for doing what's right and moderating.
What group is that?
Did they really?
Yes, they did. He suspended.
What group?
The actual official fan group, the sponsored one
the
by
sponsored
John,
arcade
with Glenn as a moderator.
Oh, he's suspended.
Yeah, they suspended him.
Oh my God, dude, that shit's crazy. But people got to stop talking reckless. They got to stop talking reckless, man. Only time
angry and stuff like that. Yeah. I joined the group, said, hey, thank you, gave a shout out to Glenn. I did take a little shot, yeah, and it was like, hey, what did I miss? You know, that's a funny thing. But otherwise, I showed that I bought his product, what's the negative? You know,
You bought it. I mean,
you know,
listen,
I bought the damn thing. You're welcome.
listen,
Shit.
I hope nobody say I hate on Glenn. I hope nobody say I hate on Glenn. I'm
Like,
looking
that's
at my
weird.
Star Wars cab.
I tell you, he's got good. Like I
Yeah,
said it last stream, he's got fucking good products. Does it make a good person? I don't know. I don't know the guy,
I just know the product.
you know, but I know the product. You
I
know,
got that. I'm looking at the Star Wars yoke. It changed the gameplay of my other machine. I'm not taking that away. I got the yoke and I got that Tron stick for my ALU 1.1. Now it made playing Afterburner because I really used the 1.1 for Afterburner. That was
I've been
one of my
so
favorite
interested
games.
in that Tron. That Tron's
Yeah,
got me a hole burning in my pocket.
hey, that
And then when I
stick
saw Glenn's stuff, I was just like,
it plays
ooh,
good, man. It does,
you
but
know. And
I'll
it
tell
sounds
you
like
about the damn Tron,
the
man.
Glenn
It's
stick
got
is mandatory.
Tron on it.
it's mandatory. Yeah, that stick changed the whole gameplay on the ALU for Tron.
That's
Facts.
amazing.
No, I'm not
The
taking
thing
that away
is,
from.
the Tron cab has the discs of Tron on it, and that's no other way of playing that game properly
Yeah,
besides that cab.
yeah.
So that's one
true.
thing I didn't really
Really?
put into effect. I never really played it very often until I started going down to Arcadia more often, playing it there. And man, that's a badass game.
I wouldn't
Damn,
mind
it's a
getting the
good
Tron
game.
cab.
So the Discotron that's it. That's where it's at.
That's a good game too. The environmental cab though.
If they made Disc to Tron multiplayer, that would be one of the
Mhm.
best games on the market. It's
It
so
looks
fun.
fun as hell, man.
I'm gonna pull
throw
it up.
Because I
you have
swore I
like 3
played that
discs
game
you can
like
throw,
back
and
in
you
Chuck E.
can
Cheese
wreck.
era.
What's that?
I swore I played that game in like the Chuck E. Cheese era. Is it pretty old, like 80s old, or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 80s.
Yeah. Okay, I remember it.
Yeah.
Hold
Chuck E.
on,
Cheese.
Mensa. Check out. Share this real quick. All right, there you go.
I don't know, man. I just wish that no matter what, like me, don't like me, that there's just some integrity with people to go, look, enough's enough, guys. You, Mensa, and you, Brad, or whatever, you know, whoever. I'm just making up a scenario that people would just have integrity to say stop it, but they don't. Let's see here at the stream.
All right. Hey, this game is dope, man. And you got to use that environmental cab. Oh my god.
I've never
so
been in an
badass,
environmental one.
It's so fun.
Is it like some type of 3D effect, or you just feel you're in there?
Yeah.
Immersive?
So it's reflected on a mirror first of all, and then it
Oh.
has reflections on either side.
Mhm.
And then so you're running. You have 3D space on that disc that you're running around on, and then you
Mhm.
have 3 discs that you can throw at a time, and they can either bounce off the wall or go straight towards your enemy. It's so badass.
Y'all got me wanting to pick up that goddamn Tron cab. Gunther, you know I've been on the fence about that Tron cab since it came
I
out.
think, what was it?
For that one game,
Calm-
man, I'm
Calm
telling you, it's really
has a
Yeah, for
mod
just
for
this
that,
one.
right?
Yeah, just that one game for me. Fuck, I might have to do it, dude.
And another thing that's
Doesn't-
cool is Brian Coleman did all the work on it. So, you know, it's
Brian
another
Oh
Collins.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, you interviewed him.
on it. So, you know,
That's awesome.
another way of supporting him, you know.
Yep. So what
That's
we doing, Gunther? Let's look at Best
Yeah,
Buy. Let's look up bestbuy.com, Gunther. What we doing? We gonna get Tron or what?
No, I'm not going on. I haven't even put together the damn shack cab yet.
What? Oh, you tripping, man. Get out of here.
Still sitting in the damn garage.
Mensa, what we gonna do with this guy, man? He been having Shaq sitting in the hot garage in the South. You better bring that cab in.
Yeah, I better slap it together tonight. I've been working on all this crap out here today.
So Canada Phil said he got the Tron. He said
this guy's like walking in a park. This is your yard, man.
yeah, he got nice he got nice grounds, bro.
I can't relate with you.
He got some nice grounds.
There was this was a YouTube video where the or like a TikTok, and the kid was like, "Let's go see how mom is," and he was running down like literal dorm steps, but it was like the relate from like poor people to rich people, and he just kept running down the steps saying, "I want to see how mom is. I want to see how mom is." You know?
I call it Vincent Estates. I call it Vincent Estates.
Look at this. This is some Fresh Prince shit. Like, look at that. Look at that.
Well, we've,
that's what that's awesome, dude.
I don't know, it's too damn bright, I guess, but There's the
pool is. Oof.
Oh
Look at
man,
that. You got green trees. We don't have all that greenery in California.
he's got 3 different. That's
And
awesome.
a cabin. He's got the
Trout
cabin.
Dexter out there.
Hey, you should
Here's my
do
cookbook.
you should do a walk and talk, Gunther, like Brad. We need to get you a bucket
You'll
hat.
walk and talk.
Hey,
Yeah, here's the
gamers!
cabin.
We got to
There's
walk
the
and
cabin
talk.
right there where
Look at the cabin.
you play. You play
Wait.
exists.
Wait, I saw 3 buildings. Is that other one?
Mensa over there like,
There's
wait.
something on the other side. That's
the
awesome.
Yeah, and then so that's the house, and then the garage,
House,
and then the pool
cabin.
house.
Look
Pool
at
house.
that.
Then he got the cabin.
Yeah, and then we got the cabin. On the other side of the cabin is where the shop is. That's where
Is that a puppy? I see a puppy
Yeah,
over
that's
there.
one of my mom's dogs.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
that boy got
Fritzy.
some nice grounds. So if y'all talking
Love
about
it,
a
man.
retreat, an arcade retreat, we just going to Vince in the States.
Yeah, man. Airbnb that shit, dude.
I've been telling them.
You thought about that?
Well, I thought about doing. I mean, the cabin's got a bed in it. You know?
Yeah,
It's
The cabin's
already
got a
hooked
bed in
up,
it.
ready for that shit, right?
I've thought about doing that.
put a
exact
couple
thing.
more cots in there so we can go down there, chill out, and go down to Disneyland.
Oh yeah, we could easy. We could
Hey,
easy.
Hey, leave IRK gold in there with no sound. For your guests
That's where
to
it's
play.
at. It's in the cabin over there.
Hey, y'all want to
Yeah,
see
that's
what
where all the
my
IRK stuff is.
Y'all want to see what I did by IRK? I call it the IRK Pandora's. I just
That's
took
all
it
it
out.
is. That's what I've been trying to tell people.
Yeah,
You know, that's all.
I
it
hook
is.
it up to the projector.
Yeah.
So if you don't want that
There you
whole
go.
body, just take it's like a box.
Awesome.
Well, some bitch is about ready right here.
Yeah, let's see. You this is the first episode of First Friday then. No Quarter making his no quarter ribeyes.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got the I'm gonna be talking on was it Transformers. I'm gonna try to go nerd mode.
Hey, can we get Prince to get in here and do his sound wave that dance he's
Right,
doing?
Prince.
We need to get
Do a little dance.
do some live rapping, some
Dare to be
freestyle.
stupid.
Hey, we need Prince to do live rapping with the sound wave
Hell yeah.
outfit on. That would be nuts. That would be nuts as hell. Hey,
That's one of my
Prince,
favorite
it's
characters,
awesome.
man. Soundwave.
Me too. Soundwave, and then I like Optimus.
He was such. The reason why I like Soundwave, I always like the heels, like in these. I'm gonna circle back. The heels, like say in wrestling, right? WCW stuff like that. It was Arn Anderson, beautiful Bobby Eaton, that fucking British dude that was always the television champion, like Eddie Guerrero, WCW
Eddie
version,
Guerrero, yeah.
Skinny Eddie, the Frog Splash Eddie. You know, the ones that were just really technical and they would like punch you in the nuts and pull you by your hair and run out the thing because they would just annoy you, you know. And full circle back with Soundwave, he was a jackass. Like he was just that guy that would play that side to the very end, and I loved everything about that character. He wasn't the strongest, but he knew it. He knew it, and he knew how to play the mental game, and he did it with his companions. Those what do you call them? Those little cassettes and shit. And he'll fuck shit up with that, man. You just could not fuck with Soundwave. I don't give a fuck who you were. I give it up to Starscream, you know, because he, you know, he'll always get his ass kicked and he'll keep trying. But Soundwave, man, that was it for me.
Soundwave.
Soundwave.
I want you to talk about
but he was the most important.
I really want Messiah to talk about the beginnings of Transformers. He was telling me all about it. It's like a damn Bible.
Yeah, I want to hear that. I want to hear that for sure.
Yeah, guys, you're gonna hear that on the show. But a little brief is that it's a God story. It's the beginning creation.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, they're stuck on the Generation 1, but the Transformers story has so much more to it, and we only see through one lens for the G1s, but there's way more to it. You gotta understand that. It was their creator that created the universe. They're the ones that technically created the humans, all that stuff. It's bigger than you think, man. Bigger than you think. See, once again, he's such a small figure in the whole scheme of things.
Yeah.
He's just the most popular. What was interesting about the way they did it was I had a troop, and I'm going full circle again. I want to come back to Transformers. It started with the Teen Titans thing. I was like, why did Teen Titans go off the air? And he says, I'll tell you why. Because he was a Transformers fan. He actually brings Transformers with him on deployment. I was like, this kid, like you were getting shot at and you bring your toys, but hey, have at it, right? And he said, you know why? And I was like, why? And he said, because it's the toys. The toys did not sell. So 9 out of 10 when cartoons go off the air, it's because of toys.
The toys,
you have to have the market. That's what made Nintendo so great with the amiibos and stuff like that. It's the toys.
And Ninja Turtles. Turtles was it.
So when Transformers was created, guess what was created first?
The toy.
The toy line.
Yep.
And then they built the story around the toy built. And they branched off from there. And so that's why it was such a success.
Optimus Prime was the most popular toy. I remember fighting to get that one.
Yes. Lord Steven Regal, man. Even though as much as he's not my favorite, like Beautiful Bobby Eaton was my favorite, that guy though, Steven Regal, man. Like
even the Ghostbuster toys.
Yeah. What was it? Because they transferred to the you had the Ghostbusters. Then you had the real Ghostbusters, if you remember that. Yep. A lot of people got thrown off by that. They had that stupid ass monkey.
Monkey with him, the monkey was with him.
And then same thing. What was it with Voltron? They had
Thundercat.
The car version. Remember the car version of Voltron? Thundercat and what was the other one that was very similar? Thundercat and
Silverhawks.
Silverhawks, thank you.
Yeah,
I always thought as a kid, I was like, they have to be in the same fucking universe, man. Universe. I was looking into it, and there's a reason for that. I forgot what. Guess I'll talk about it next go around. But yeah, Dave Taylor, yep. The Taskmaster, yep. All great.
What's the other one? Cops was a good one. I can't wait. First Friday when we talk about these 80s cartoons, man. We gonna everybody come out with they top ones.
There was this game show back in the day. They would do this Nintendo bit where it was they featured the cartoons. It was a Mario and Zelda, and then they had the little Nintendo kid with the freaking the Nintendo shit on his belt, and like he'll have like 5 uses, and Mother Brain was the bad guy and all that crap. Yeah. And then they would do these what do you call it? Game tournaments on the show. I had to find that shit. And then at the end, they would do like at the last second, you had like 20 minutes to take everything you wanted from the store. That shit was amazing. Steven Regal and Barris Goldberg. Yeah, he did, man. Like all day, every day. Steven Regal would embarrass anybody. I'm telling you, the technical wrestlers, and y'all know what I mean, were the greatest. Tiger Sharks. Oh yeah.
There we go. Still got my DVDs. Still got my DVDs. Oh wait, hold on. Console fanboy talking. Let me see what he said. Right. Leave that up. Question. This is all gaming news. How come you don't hear P Dubs talk about this stuff on his channel as W got? Hey, I don't know. You gotta ask Dubs that one.
I can't speak for Dubs.
Yeah, he's in his own lane.
Hey, listen. I mean, I can't tell him what to talk about.
We in our own lane, console. That's why we here.
Yeah, and I appreciate you giving us acknowledgement.
Yeah, appreciate it. We in our own lane, man.
I got what I had to say off my chest, and we push Tiger Sharks. Oh yeah,
Street Sharks. This dude, man. Console fanboy is on his ass. Boy, you on Dubs' ass, boy. I tell you. Dubs, man. What did you do, man? Because KFB has been on your ass. Hey, Dubs, whatever you did,
thank you, man. Captain in. Captain in. I love it.
The game, yeah, I forgot about that.
One of my favorites, but I remember it ended so shitty. Mighty Max.
Oh, yeah, the little. Remember the little the toys, the little compact. Oh, video. That's the one. Johnny
Oh.
Arcade. I forgot about that show. Man,
So
Prince
were those two shows merged? Because I think with
Ah,
Captain N and the Game Masters
hold on, let me
were
pull it up.
on Video Power with Johnny Arcade, right?
I'm about to pull it up now.
Jesus. Because
Yeah.
I'm not going to blast them. But when I get mad at him, I will, but I'm not.
Oh, yeah, I used to watch this shit. Hold on. I'm pulling it up. That's it. Boy, Prince bringing back memories with this one. 1990. All right, I shared it.
All right.
That's crazy. I forgot about that shit. Do I got sound?
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so
Oh, there we go.
okay, I was like, was that the? Oh shit, I don't even know who that was. The tomato guy.
Hey, Johnny Arcade, I thought he was so cool back in the day. He had all of these damn stuff.
Power Glove, right?
Man, he had it all, bro.
He had some great tips, man. I always watch for the tips. He did tips, didn't he?
Yeah, he did tips too.
Because
Hey, I wanted that
was
skateboard.
my favorite part. What it was his, because didn't he have the one where you had to was this the same one where they had a game show at the end and you would have to take your stuff out, you had like 10 minutes to pick up anything and everything you could and leave the store.
Today we have a ton of tips for
I
some of the
think so.
hottest titles around.
Just check
We'll
the
check in with RoboCop, Spider-Man, Bigfoot, and a boy in his blob. Then we'll visit
Oh, that's
friends
it. A
with
boy in his
Vampire
blob.
Adventure
That
Group
was the
for
game.
Power Team Adventure. First,
Yeah.
let's get the Video Power Edge.
Damn, boy, this show.
The first tip is from Game Players Magazine for RoboCop.
There you go,
and
Mensa.
NES. Here we
The
learn how
tips.
to get the crook to release the mayor. As soon as you walk in, move up a little and duck. When the crook fires, jump up and aim for his head.
These things help, man.
They help big time. Especially for those who didn't have game power.
Here's another quick
Or
tip
Nintendo
for playing
Power,
the
I mean.
Amazing Spider-Man on Game Boy. This is the Green Goblin. You could die from this guy.
He's
So
so
the trick
intense.
is to stay on the very edge of the roof and kick straight out. Make sure you get to him before his bombs get to you or your history. The Rhino is one awesome opponent, but your
Man,
speed is
and he did them tips quick
a
too.
series of quick punches will prevent him from getting a running start. Next up is a couple
Oh,
of
okay.
Ah.
That's what it
When I
was.
get this huge diamond, feed your blob tangerine jelly beans to turn him into a trampoline. Then make sure he's positioned directly.
I used to watch these
Then
tips
bounce until you
faithfully.
can get high enough to reach it. Here's another
Who was
blob
the
tip.
tomato
Don't even let
guy?
one of those
That was
cherries
boy
hit
in
the
his
ground,
blob.
because
I mean,
if
not
you
boy.
do, so
Shit.
carefully time your steps
I
under the
forgot.
marshmallows. Then use your Vital Blaster's vitamin C on those cherries.
Let's see.
Today's edge will finish up with Bigfoot for NES. Quick tip, pay attention. Shift up for added speed on the straight.
Man, this game
Downshift
here,
when
boy.
you're climbing hills or slogging through
That was
mud.
tough.
Here's another good one. Don't just beat the other driver, bankrupt him. If you take him out early and he's too
Mad
slow,
Max, man. You remember that?
lots of
Yep.
extra time to
Oh, yeah, there
That's
you go.
exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was.
Attack
You
from
got
Killer
it.
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
We gotta find this dude, Mensa. Bring
We
him
do.
on first Friday. I bet he
We
around.
Psychosis and Phantom Fighter.
Hey, he had. Hey, remember them damn Gecko Hawaii parachute pants? Looked like he got on some Gecko Hawaii.
I look at my old photos and I had this type of shit, man. It was so bright,
It was bright.
I miss it.
I even had a fan, not a fan. I guess you call it zip pack. Them little
The
fannies.
the fannies, man.
Yeah, I had that shit.
And
Gecko
starter
Hawaii.
jackets, man. The
Yep.
Charlotte Hornet starter jacket.
So I used to be
Come on,
mad
man.
because in Louisiana, nobody I knew had a what's it, TurboGrafx.
Right.
So I would see it on here and be like, "Who the hell got a TurboGrafx?"
The rich kid.
I'm like, "Who the hell got a I knew nobody.
I never
Nobody.
played it. Not
I didn't play it at growing up.
Yeah, I didn't
need
play it.
them because when you're out of vehicles,
Yeah, this dude was good, man. That was
Wait
good
a minute.
Special
Is
weapons that you need to
there's that
collect in order to
15-year-old
increase your
troll
fighting
out
potential.
that was on that game
Speed,
show?
the right
Is he
team.
doing a bit from that guy? You know what I'm talking about?
He might be.
He came on the stage near the end of this video award show and he talks like that. And he seems like he's doing that bit. Holy
Yeah, it might
crap. Hey, reboot. Can you pull that up?
What, the show Reboot?
Yeah, pull up
Oh
the
my
intro for
God.
me. Let me tell you, man.
CGI.
That show, you look back on it and it's shit. But it was the greatest. I think it was one of the first CGI. I think it was the first CGI cartoon. But the thing about it, that cartoon was it was dark. Because it started off real light, but then if you lost the freaking game, it literally destroyed your community.
Yeah, destroyed the community.
And then what was crazy about it was it
there you go.
That second part, man.
My format, Guardian. To mend and defend. To defend my newfound
Man, I used to love this show.
Their hope and dream.
If this is the early one, I would like you, if you can, after this one, show the a later version, put older reboot intro. Because what ends up happening is that kid, he ends up going to the actual mainframe, but time changes. He becomes the most annoying character on the show. He takes over, and he's the most badass with his girl. Because him and little girl, friend of his, they hook up and shit. It gets crazy, and he comes back to this hellscape.
Sure.
A hellscape.
To find out.
Yeah, little EO or whatever. Hey, please, if you can, or maybe this. Nah, it's the.
Which one?
Put in older reboot. Older reboot intro. Let's see here.
Season 1, maybe.
Look at the Damon intro. Let's see if that was one. Let's see.
I am Damon.
Oh, that's something different. Is this thing?
I am the word.
What the hell?
The hell?
I ain't never seen this.
You see the other character though, right?
Yeah, I see the other character.
Caught up. What the fuck is this though? I must have missed out.
That must be.
But look how older he is though. That's real though. He is older.
Did they come back?
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to catch up. What the fuck? But that's how it was though. Like it changed completely, man. Also, that was season 4. So maybe season 4 intro or some shit. But yeah, but either way, show was dark, man. It got real dark real quick for a couple seasons.
The future is not determined by a roll of the dice. It is determined by the conscious decisions of you and me. This is bad.
What's this? Guardian. What is happening?
You're all right now.
Incoming.
I hated that kid, but when he grew up,
man,
it was game over. He was so mature, and then because I didn't have cable growing up, I didn't know about it, and
oh, you didn't have cable? This is what Messiah
I never
was
had
watching.
cable, and oh, dude, one of the greatest television shows.
Hell yeah! No cable.
We don't know where he came from.
Hey, if you didn't have cable,
this is it. This was it. This is my show, my jam.
Be serious.
Yeah, man, it was super dark, man. They won. It was depressing.
Gigabyte. Yeah.
Did you see that?
Hey, so
anime wise, my first anime was because it was online or on the
He can't hear.
on regular broadcast. Ronin Warriors.
Hey, so Mensa, Ghost Rider was the first use of Chat GBT. Ghost Rider with AI.
Can you tell me the answers?
Yeah, because they used to write down, and then here comes Ghost Rider writing the whole paragraph.
But I'm gonna be real. Juneteenth. You know why I enjoyed the show so much? The young black boy.
Yeah, same here because you didn't see too many young African American actors like that at that time.
Exactly.
So yeah, Ghost Rider, and then so we talking that. Hold on, I got another one for you.
Where in the world is?
Oh, acapella.
There you go.
There you go. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Yeah, we on it, man. Same wavelength, bro.
Hey, I know Prince remember this one.
House.
So you watch a lot of the PBS. So this is go.
That or if it was after these messages, we'll be right back. So ABC Morning.
ABC.
Tunes,
I think
Fox.
This do it. Hey, it was.
Well, she sneaks around the world from New York to Carolina. She's a sticky finger culture from Berlin down to Belize. Take you for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me where in the world is
Carmen San Diego?
Steal their soul in South Korea.
And then the black host lady, I forgot her name, but if you don't put on Reading Rainbow after this, before you do, that song is the biggest one-up song in history. I mean, look at the intro. Butterfly in the sky. Well, goddamn, I can fly twice as high.
There you go.
Take a fucking look. It's in a book.
There you go.
Shit go hard.
Butterfly in the
sky. That's me.
I can go twice as high.
You ain't shit.
Take a look. Come on. Let's get it on.
Reading Rainbow.
Get it on.
I can go anywhere.
What?
Friends to know.
That DMX version.
Reading Rainbow.
This ain't a fucking game.
I can be anything.
This shit was shit, man.
Take a look.
What?
In a book. A reading rainbow. A reading rainbow. A reading rainbow.
Y'all go get him. Butterfly in the sky.
I respect the shit out of this, man.
Go get your free games.
Take a look. It's in a book.
Let's see. Roger said Matt Jackson. Oh, yeah. I remember that one, Roger. That dude, he committed suicide. I used to see him out here in LA, man. Lee Thompson Young. We had the same friend group. That dude's a cool dude, man.
The famous Jet Jackson.
Yeah, that dude was cool, man.
Silverstone, the ultimate
This is cable again?
Yeah, it was on Disney Channel.
One mission at a time.
Like in the early 2000s. Late 90s, early 2000s.
I'm Jet Jackson.
See, I only knew about I Spy with Cosby.
I Spy with Cosby.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Hell yeah.
Now I can hang with my friends, which is great.
My dad always told me about how Cosby saved NBC growing up, man. I idolized Cosby so much growing up. It's a shame all the negativity or, you know, that ended up happening with the guy, you know, because, and it sucks because, granted, you don't want to pay homage to someone who did something bad, but at the same token, that show was more than him. And for people to take it off the air, I don't think it was right because those other people there don't have nothing to do with him. And that show showed black race.
Yeah, that was
a
good show, man.
This is the show that I related to growing up with. My dad being a CNA, my mom being a nurse, you know, middle class. Like, this is how I do life. You know,
Same here, man.
This family represented my family, being large and being civil. This is the show, you know. Yes, there was quirks and stuff, but there was no stereotypes. And that's what, you know, the industry hasn't gone back to. You know, I give credit to Fresh Prince and stuff like that, but my dad hated those shows. He hated Martin. He
didn't like Good Times either, probably.
He called them N-word shows.
Yeah.
Because but you got to understand that even those people didn't like their own shows.
They didn't like their own shows.
That's why they left.
Yeah.
The guy, the Evans dude from Good
JJ
Times.
Evans, yeah.
Well, he didn't like the father did not like that the character. So they killed him off.
Oh, James Evans. I mean,
and the woman who created the show that was spinned off from, she left the show because they did not like the direction that JJ Evans was going in. You know,
Toxic say, remember when Theo and Rudy were playing? He threw Rudy and busted her. Yeah, I remember that shit. This is the first Cosby show that I remember we would get together as a family. This would come on Thursday nights, I think. And I remember sitting with my family.
There's not a time I didn't miss.
We did not miss an episode. And this fool told his dad, "Hey, I'll get a regular job like regular people. No problem."
How do you expect to get
This was a great lesson right
This
here.
was a great lesson. I remember as a kid learning from this one.
I'm not going to college.
Damn right.
I am going to get through high school and then get a job like regular people.
Regular people?
Yeah, you know, work in the gas station, drive a bus, something like that.
Drive a bus.
So what you're saying is your mother and I shouldn't care if you get D's because you don't need good grades to be regular people.
Right.
I remember that show Canada Field, but I watched it in syndication before school. I don't remember it live. I remember watching reruns before
from high school. Let's say you
Starcade.
just slide by. All right, now you got to find a job. Now, what kind of salary do you expect
This was funny.
For a regular person?
$250 a week.
$250.
That ain't shit.
All right. He's like, I'm gonna destroy this man.
A week. Yes,
he about to get him
$250 a week, $1,200 a month.
This is
All
1985, 6.
Yes,
So I
you
mean,
will.
shit.
And I will take $350 for taxes.
John need to watch this.
Because see, the government comes for the regular people first.
You see, I'm gonna take taxes first, John. John, taxes first. Heard what Bill said.
Now, how much?
He ain't the right Hugh. He won't listen to him.
$850.
So he got $800 left.
You've got to have an apartment because you are not going to live here. So, an apartment in Manhattan will run you at least $400.
Oh, it was interrupted.
I
Copyrights.
live in New Jersey.
Oh, we got copyrights.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I got the message.
Live in New Jersey.
When it's on YouTube?
I guess I don't know anymore.
That's nuts. A copyright. Anyway, that was hilarious. What somebody said.
Did you guys see the Did it pause for you guys?
Man, I don't know what they talking about.
Haters, man.
Yeah, how you get copyright on something that's on YouTube? I used to love this show, boy.
They always fucking with Cosby, man. We can't enjoy Cosby, dude.
Show for today. And here's your host, Mark Richards.
Can y'all see this?
Hi, and welcome to Starcade.
Hey, that's crazy. They pulled Cos. Can y'all see Starcade? Put a 1 in the chat if you can see Starcade.
Fantastic prizes on the newest and most exciting
One's up.
video arcade games.
One's up if you can see Starcade.
And right now,
Or did we get
players,
clipped?
are you
Gunther laughing.
practicing up here? How about you? Are you
How
I
you
wonder if
pulled
I
Cosby?
wonder if we're still off the air.
Let's go and play Starcade.
We got kicked.
Yeah.
Oh,
nope,
yeah.
nope, they're on. We're good. Oh man. Cosby.
Wow. Cosby
Happy
got
Juneteenth, guys. Happy Juneteenth.
Wow.
And once again, let's meet the
Happy
two players
Juneteenth.
That's
of today's
crazy.
program.
You got to
SNCC
see-
saying
First
fuck
of all,
you.
on my right
That's
So he
what it
said he
was.
sees Starcade. Ain't this a
On my
bitch?
two. How'd I do?
Well, my last name's
They said that we came back
I
after
knew it. I just want
Cosby.
to know if you knew your name.
Hey, Cosby, we trying to show love. We teaching lessons. How we get shut
This is
down?
Elaine Sampson.
Hi.
Hi, Elaine. How
Hey,
you
but
doing?
yeah, this show I
All
watched
right, let's
before
meet our
school.
two
It was
contestants
good.
again and find out more about
I
them.
was jealous
Now,
because these
Guru,
kids
what's your name
always
exactly?
won
Well,
machines.
From Nigeria.
And
Mhm.
I understand you are a collector.
Well, I collect comics, stamps, coins, matchbooks, all sorts of things.
What's your number one prized possession?
A comic, Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man. It's worth $10.
Can I give you $9?
Gunther said Cosby called us angry people. He doesn't
Oh,
want
yeah,
us.
I'll talk to you later about that. All right. And Elaine, I understand that you do some you like to get it in show business, right?
You bet.
And you do
Took a
your
sip from the
fantastic
Jello
imitation
pudding pop.
of Lily Tomlin doing
Jello pudding pop.
Ernestine. Would you
Jello
folks like to hear a
pudding
little
pop.
little Ernestine?
The little
from
Cleveland
Elaine?
Brown.
Here you go, Elaine.
That's
Yeah, they did
nasty.
like a little clip.
Mhm.
Good afternoon.
That's
This is
crazy.
Tomlin from your
Hooter,
Tomlin
hooter, what
Company.
now?
How
They
can
said-
I help you?
They said as soon as we showed Cosby, the screen blacked
I'll
out.
tell Well,
Literally.
I hope you know how to play
Let me
video
see.
arcade games as well as you do.
So this is
Lily,
the show.
and that you,
So
can play
people
video
always ask me, they say, what made me want arcades in my house? And I remember as a kid watching this. I still get jealous of this.
The Last
food, man.
Starfighter, of course.
Well,
wasn't that the movie with the?
It was this show.
Arcade machine.
Fuck. I think it was the episode. Yeah, this was the episode I remember. This shit, man. I seen this dude with the damn.
Benson?
No, the Silver Spoons, man. I seen this dude. He had all them damn arcades. I'm like, man. One day when I get big, I'm gonna have arcades in my fucking living room.
Oh, I hate this kid already.
Yeah. So look, I don't know if they'll show it, but he had a full-size centipede cabinet. He had a Pac-Man cabinet, and he had there you go, Tempest. He had
what's with this guy? Leonard Lightfoot, man. He Native American.
He was a rich kid. That's a cabaret Pac-Man.
Lightfoot. That's like a Chicago thing. Black and Native American.
And he had a full-size pinball. This is 1986, man. 87. He got it. You didn't like this show?
Oh, here's
I didn't say he didn't like it. And a lot of people was jealous of that food.
This is Nick at Night. That's why, man, you putting on cable shit.
Oh shit.
See, different strokes on, you know. That's the drummings and stuff.
Oh wait, different strokes. That's Messiah. Wait, hold on. Wait, let me show y'all Messiah.
You know, because at the end of the show, they would put the family photo and they'll say the drummings. You know?
Yeah, hold on. We got. I forgot Messiah is a drummer.
Hey, and that breakdown during the chorus for different strokes, we're gonna probably get another copyright. Listen, here we go.
This right here.
Likes to be asked.
Hey,
you gotta go back.
Janet Jackson, boy. Shit, man.
Me to be visible
When I
go back to that
here,
intro, man.
Oh, the intro. Hold on.
That breakdown to the chorus.
When we do something.
That's when I fell in love with Janet Jackson. Oh, right here.
Everybody's got a special kind of story.
Hey, you know who sang? You know who sung this? Y'all know Robin Thicke? That's his daddy. His daddy, Alan Thicke from
Alan Thicke.
What was the show? Not Perfect Strangers. Growing Pains. Remember the dad from Growing Pains? He sung the theme song.
Quiz. Who sung the Jeffersons theme song?
Marla Gibbs, right?
Supposed to be steady.
Man, I don't even know her name. I just know she's the actress on
It's time we started
what's her name? Good Times. The neighbor.
That go Messiah cousin right here, Philip Drummond. That's Mr. Drummond. Messiah cousin.
Look like my great granddad.
Yeah, that's Messiah people, Mr. Drummond.
Oh, I came through Kimberly.
Look just like my
Sorry to
great
interrupt you, but I didn't want to bother Kimberly again.
So you know what? They threw oh yeah, Ty Bridges is the only one left alive, man. Boy, Janet Jackson.
And Janet. Still doing it.
I was a kid, like, God damn, Janet Jackson so far.
Downstairs. You want to be responsible if I don't make it?
Janet Jackson said, "We're going steady." Has anybody said that word? Going steady. They always said that on the shows.
You know what going steady means? Friend zone.
Friend zone.
Don't go steady.
Willis got
my
friend
girl
zone.
or not, girl.
Roller skating tonight.
That was during the whole
You didn't even
era.
ask
Would
me.
be like, you know, because you got to think like when
Mouth.
remember that was it Batman 2 came out. People flipped shit, man. It was like considered like one of the most violent movies. The fucking Batman movie.
Come on, Charlie, you never.
Not the first one. The second one was like Steel and shit. People flip crap. And then you had Mortal Kombat coming out and went congressional.
Oh, come on, Charlie, you're just being super sensitive. Why do I have to ask you?
Because a girl likes to be asked.
That's funny.
Take me for granted, Willis. You expect me to be available
Mm.
if you want to see me.
She was getting at it.
Well, I don't like
We ain't get strike for Janet. Oh,
There's
wait a
no
minute.
way I could freaking sit there and man, she's.
She was so fun, boy.
Okay, you got
How the hell we don't get
Well,
strike
you
for
go roller
Janet,
skating with me tonight.
but we got strike for Cosby?
Please, sweet stuff.
I remember Janet growing up, man.
Well, I suppose I could wash my hair tomorrow night.
Ah, that's better. Hello. Hey, Vernon, what's happening, my man? Would I like to go to the basketball game? Is Amos famous? All right, great. I'll meet you there. Bye. Isn't that terrific? Vernon's got an extra ticket for the basketball game.
Oh, for when?
Yeah,
Tonight.
I don't understand
Oh,
that
you
shit.
won't mind anyway.
Cosby
You wanna watch
ain't
it.
getting no love. Yeah, my boy Dirty.
I don't believe this. You're doing it again.
Doing what?
Messiah.
I think they
got-
acquitted him and
Yeah, I think he
let him
did.
go from jail.
And she had them.
That he should have never been
I get some steam.
She had them
Well,
Jordache
definitely go
jeans on, or them
next Friday night.
Gloria
Well, you
Vanderbilt
can go with
jeans.
Vernon and try kissing him goodnight.
Oh, sorry, Willis.
Women.
That was Batman Returns.
Hey, Arnold.
Oh,
How do you like that? Charlene walked out on me.
Damien say he still got that yellow telephone.
Who's worrying? She'll be begging me to forgive her. I'm the best thing that ever happened to her.
Oh, that boy was cocky as hell.
Hey man, that Gator shirt, man, I had him like 100.
You talking about what's that? Izod, not Izod, the Tigre. No,
I just knew him as the Gator. I don't know.
Oh,
what the hell they
Lacoste.
were.
Lacoste.
Is that what they were called?
Yeah, that was a Lacoste.
I just saw alligator. I call him Gator.
Yep.
Arnold, when I go
Lacoste
roller
shirt.
skating in that romantic.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Mensa
Dana
place,
Plato had
I
a
just
little.
have to get
Hey,
someone
she had a
out
little
of
something. Hey, did you hear? So Ty Bridges and her messed around, bro. You know that, right?
Okay, forget
Back during this
You
time,
consider a movie?
he did an interview. He was like, "Yeah, you know."
Did I mention
It's like she
nothing?
came at him
You
like
got enough money?
as
No,
teenagers,
that's why I didn't mention it.
and he knocked it down.
Look at she got the 90s bang thing going on.
Yeah, I think she died of an overdose, man. Sad at like 30. Yeah, she got heavily on drugs.
Man, she got the braids.
Kissing Arnold on the cheek. But yeah, Todd did an interview saying he got at her. I mean, they got together for a little bit.
That's a lot of hair.
Hey, hold on one second.
You talked me into coming to this movie.
Deep strokes.
Be quiet. I didn't say a thing.
He's a windy loves it.
Will you stop chomping on that popcorn? What do you want me to do? Inhale it? You're really beginning to get on my Charlene. I'm getting on your Charlene.
How old was that boy during this? I know he was young, but
you bringing up
he's got that condition. So I'm wondering if he was like a lot older during this show as well.
Yeah, so Arnold, Gary Coleman was way older than what they was playing him on this show. Same thing with this cat.
He was a cute motherfucker, dude, growing up.
Look, he
had that cute shit going on, man.
Let me
Webster,
see.
man.
Oh yeah, this is it. When so girl Blossom, the girl Miriam Bake or whatever her name is, she was on this show. That was where I first seen her.
Hey, Punky Brewster, man. Remember her?
Oh,
remember the cartoon Punky Brewster?
Hell yeah. Webster was a badass. That motherfucker stayed in trouble.
He's the original smart guy, right?
Yeah, Webster was like a teenager right here, bro. Like 13. I'm like, damn, dude. But he wasn't a little person. I think he had a stunted growth. So if you notice, he I guess something happened.
Because the other guy, Gary, he had something with his like kidney or liver or something like that. Yeah. And then I don't know what was up with Webster.
I love this show too.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, what we doing right now, this is gonna be kind of the stuff we're gonna be talking about on First Friday with Gunther, and we're gonna be talking about nostalgic stuff, toys, different shows.
Car, and I'm sure some of the stuff is yours.
Hey, technology.
Hey, there was this series called like it would be like Zach is an asshole, and they'll like analyze.
Yeah. Wait, I think that's on YouTube. Hold on. Yeah. Zach Morris is trash.
Yeah, Zach Morris is trash.
Zach Morris is that's it. Season 1. Hey, that dude was dirty. Oh, they said he was a domestic abuser. Well, this was the one. This was the one.
Zach Morris is trash.
This was the one right here.
Kelly bothers Zach with the drink he ordered.
He had the
wonders
arcade.
about life after graduation.
Hopefully, I'll be
Kelly Kapowski was so fun.
Zach once again mistaking any building with women for a brothel. Screech bought Lisa a gift in a final push to win her heart before school ends. Everyone politely explains. At this point, he should give up. Everyone but
it was
Zach.
the one that didn't age gracefully the most.
The recruiter from Lisa's dream fashion college is
Kelly Kapowski.
And she
Zach suggests a fashion
Elizabeth
show.
But didn't
Murphy
she
still
get into
looks
like
good.
drugs
How will
and
Lisa
shit?
pull it off?
Yeah.
I'll help you.
The Zach Morris kiss of death. Screech gives Lisa her gift. It's
Yeah,
real
Lisa.
gold.
I remember that
During
episode
that,
too.
Zach
yeah.
allocates all the
But
sewing
hey,
manual
let's
labor
be
to the
real, man.
ladies.
They did
Him and Slater
Screech
will find a
dirty
venue for the
because
show.
I don't care if he
and,
end up doing whatever.
handle
They could
other
have
details.
cleaned things up to let him back on the show.
Yeah, they
Lisa
did him
needs
dirty.
this to go well, as
And
her
and here's the thing,
becomes
Screech was the
event.
more part of that show than any
show,
cast
you
member.
know, that place
Did
they've
you
had
know?
fucking everything
Factoid:
for
Screech
years.
did not
Great
miss a
work,
single
lot of
episode.
hustle.
Screech
He
was
also
in
booked
100% of
Screech as the
every
announcer.
single
Lisa
episode
objects.
of
Screech doesn't know
Saved by the Bell.
fashion.
I'll be writing everything he's gonna
Yeah, I
say.
didn't know he was in every episode.
Every single. There wasn't a single episode that Screech was not in.
Lisa's working on designs.
Also,
like
I remember the pilot when because this would come on. This was the one that would end the cartoons. So when this show came on, you knew the cartoons were over.
Yep.
And then they had to make it back before something, and they were about to get in trouble, but the bell rang, and then they're like, "Oh, Saved by the Bell."
When she needs
Yep.
to focus.
That was when it
Lisa
was
thinks
Miss
the kiss
Bliss.
was just
Good
a
morning,
clumsy
Miss
mistake.
Bliss.
Jesse says premeditated is Zach's middle name. Jesse
Can you bring me a
breaks to
soda?
Kelly, who giggles when her blonde problem is now someone else's. Lisa doesn't think Zach was coming on to her, overlooking his
This shit is
incessant
so
trust
funny,
me
bro.
language and egregious flattery.
Yeah,
Zach's
Dustin
Rose
Diamond
are
had a
learning to
rough life,
smile.
man.
This can't end well. Lisa's nervous at showtime. Zach says the word every woman loves to hear.
Relax.
Which does not
I thought she was
Zach
pretty
decides
growing up.
now is the perfect
Oh,
moment to
Lisa?
talk about last
Mhm.
night.
Lark
Zach's
Voorhees?
humbling.
Yeah,
Maybe
she
it's time
was,
they take
dude. She
things
was
to a
bad,
hand job
bro.
level. When Lisa says the kiss was nice,
She
but
was
more
one of the
importantly,
baddest on
thanks
that.
for
No,
helping
she was
with the
deep to
show.
me, the baddest on the show.
Not proper employee conduct.
And then-
Zach makes a
Look at
move,
Zach.
knowing Screech is here and could see them. Screech sees them and is obliterated.
He did it on
Zach wearing
purpose?
Lisa's pants.
Yeah, he did.
Fortunately
He did
equipped
it on
with a Russian
purpose.
hiding fabric wall.
Hey, there's a
Lisa
show
greets
called
the
Over
recruiter
There.
and hands it over to Screech, who is in
It's the
emotional
realest show you ever
apocalypse.
seen, man.
Screech takes out his heart
Hey, let me
on
tell you
Lisa's
something.
design,
I vouch for it so
airing his
much
misery
that-
for everyone to hear. Zach
It's for
goes
me?
off script to yell at Screech for going off
That's fine.
script.
Thank you. I love it.
Destroying my life.
I hear that, sister. The show's ruined because
I'll
Zach
be
decided to get
interact
horny
doing
during what should have just been a conversation.
theater internment
despite
facility
Zach's
shit,
best efforts to
and they were
demolish
doing
Lisa's
theater
future. Her
internment
clothes
shit on the
won over
show,
the
and
recruiter.
we were like, "Damn, this is more realistic." And
Lisa
over here,
letter of
it
love
was.
and good luck.
They only
Zach,
had one
a
season. It was
consistent
called
veteran,
Over
goes to
There.
find Screech. He
It
corners
was
him.
too
Screech
raw.
asks for
Like what we're
space,
doing
Zach does
now,
not
the
oblige.
show did.
Screech distances himself. Zach selfishly
was crazy.
follows. Then makes this great excuse.
But yeah, I recommend that show to anybody
He
if
never
they
accepts
care to
responsibility
watch.
or says sorry. Screech, shattered, wants to fight Zach after school, knowing he'll lose. because
Zach
that's
was
the only kind of
trash.
shit Zach's primal caveman
Toxic
mind
laughing.
understands. Zach scoffs at Screech.
Zach
enjoys
did.
that he's going insane.
Zach messed with every last.
Lisa's
Y'all
trying to
realize
talk
that,
about
right?
their developing
Zach
complicated
had every last
relationship.
one of them.
Zach makes a not so subtle.
He was the goat. When he dated
Zach
Kelly.
What's that
tries to
movie?
back out of the fight. That's fully
Striptease.
his
The other
fault.
chick was in.
Elizabeth Berkley. Yeah, she looked. Hey, she
Peter
looked good in there,
intervenes,
bro.
but Screech is out of
Jesus
his
Christ.
mind, and in the
He
kind of case
even
where
messed
it
with
might be
Jesse.
But that's the bull crap. They let her come back,
diffuses things
Yep.
by Scream
and she was in
Striptease.
Scream apologizing
not X-rated,
is not
but
a thing.
damn near.
Screech exposes
Damn near,
Zach
might as
for
well say
knowingly
she was-
picking
it was
Lisa
topless.
of all girls, then exposes one of his stupid titties. Zach says if she wanted to bother him, he wouldn't go out with her. A conclusion he
Screech
could
was
have
ready
come
to hey, for the
earlier.
fade.
Lisa does what she should have done years ago. She stops being mean and gets honest. They'll never be an item, but her and Zach
Oh.
like each other. Screech puts his anguish aside to be the bigger
Don't
man
touch
and
me.
gives their blossoming romance his blessing. Except that's the last we hear or see of Zach and Lisa dating ever. Seriously, are you fucking kidding
Right,
me?
I'm about to
Let's
say,
review.
after that-
Zach Morris saw his best friend hopelessly in love with Lisa for
Hey, but you
years.
know, in real
Instead of
life,
telling him to move on, told him to
Mark
keep
Paul
going,
said
then
that
offered
him
to help
and
with Lisa's show
Lisa
just
actually
to prey
dated.
on models.
Ooh.
When there
Out of
were no
all the
models, he
old,
preyed
all
on
of them,
Lisa,
they
then
were a real
sexually
couple.
targeted her at her most vulnerable and
He
broke
said
his
that
buddy's
on
heart
interview.
into a million pieces, with no regard for how this might impact the show and Lisa's chances at college. Instead of giving him space or apologizing, pestered Screech with
they did some
non-excuses
pornos.
that pushed him deeper into rage-fueled insanity, then used Lisa to force Screech into accepting their relationship he had no intention of seriously pursuing. So all of Screech's pain was for nothing. Zach.
Because he started dating the other girl, Tori. Then he
Morris is trash.
Do the Ronin Warriors intro.
Ronin Warrior.
That shit was. And the English. I grew up on the English crap because we didn't have the Japanese one, so I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like
I don't
knew
remember
it.
the. Yeah, I don't. Let me see. This
But
might be
the
a newbies.
and it. Yeah.
That's it. Yep. That's it.
5 fantastic battle armored samurai.
Man.
Warrior.
Damn, this bring back memories, man.
The ending was a hell of a twist.
Calling on the spirits of ancient samurai warriors.
Homeboy played them all. It was all their armors were a body extension of Anubis, who for me went the hardest. Quake with fear. Other people like that other pussy with the spider shit, but that was Anubis guy.
Ronin warrior.
He was such a jack, and then he became the ancient one. Man, Anubis, man. Love it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Against the black armor dude, the African warrior. You seen that one?
I didn't see that one.
Put in like Ronin Warriors, African warrior or some shit like that. That's where homeboy he had to get into the white armor to face off with this African dude. Will kick his ass left and right, man. What was his name?
I remember the toys for this shit.
Put up black armor. Yeah, the toys were sick. Yeah, the Black Inferno. Let's see.
All right, there we go. Let's see. Armor of Inferno, is that?
No. Damn.
Oh, they doing the toy reviews.
Let me type it in real quick. See, what do they call this shit? Ronin Warriors African. Let me see. Type in MUKALA. MUKALA at the end of Ronin Warriors. You know, my wife, when we were dating, man, put me on Sailor Moon, and actually the whole damn show goes pretty fucking hard. I had no idea. If you could put a MUKALA at the end of it.
Right here?
Yeah. Get rid of black, all the way to black. Put in, and then put in MUK. Yeah, there you go.
We'll call it.
Let's see here. Are they not going to feature this kid?
Yeah, I don't see none of it.
Maybe just type his name in to bring up his picture for me. Like on... Nope. Either way, this dude was an African variant of them, and he would kick the living shit out of this dude. And the only way that they could win was through making the white armor, because
Canada
he had the black armor.
Canada Phil said we being biased and that he don't know anything. All right, Canada Phil, hold on 1 second. Since you said you don't get no love, we'll give Canada Phil. All right, Canada Phil, we'll give you some. That's for Canada Phil.
Helga or Heidi.
All right, is this good enough, Canada? Shit, man. Is this good enough, Canada?
Put some Looney Tunes for him.
Come on, man. I know Super Friends got to be okay. He said he's just goofing. Super Friends is 80s, man. That was a good one.
Not for me.
I like this one. You didn't like Super Friends? No, I'm gonna tell you what mine was.
You know what's interesting about?
I was just saying when that theme song came on for this shit.
A lot of people don't know Darkseid. It's pretty much his avatar. That dude.
Hey,
the 2004 Thundercats went hard as fuck.
Yeah, 2004 one there too. Yep.
Thunder.
This got to be the hardest cartoon theme song.
His chant, man.
Thundercats are on
the loose. The I got one for you that I would like for you to play later.
What you got?
The new He-Man. Put in Berserk He-Man.
Berserk He-Man?
My man. They close all the lore from the original. And he's like, his sword got broke or some shit, right? Because we all knew that was the catalyst. He says, I don't need that sword. He says, I always would wonder. He said the sword was nothing but a key. But he said, I was the catalyst. He says, and I always would wonder what would happen if I say the word without the sword. And my man did it. Type that shit in and watch what goes down.
Which one?
That shit. Type in like Berserk He-Man. I'm sure that'll pop up, man.
For Skeletor?
Dude.
Uh-oh. Let's see.
Bruh. This show, if you have not seen it, I don't give a fuck what your politics is or whatever. This show is one of the greatest follow-ups because it
let's see,
gives you closure to how things should have went.
Which one should
I
this
is canon.
pull up?
Put in the second one. Actually, no, that one, because it looks like he's gonna go. Yeah.
I've often wondered what kind of fabulous secret powers would be revealed to me if I didn't have the sword, but still said the words. No. By the power of grace.
That's Mark Hamill too, playing Skeletor. This show, man. Watch this shit. Oh, we got copyright. Oh no, not again. You hear me? We got copyrighted, I think.
He-Man will be back after a 15 seconds.
Off of He-Man?
Break.
Oh man, y'all killing me, man. All right, I'm about to. How you copyright off of some YouTube?
Well, it looks like it's just an ad. It looks like they'll let you play it. Oh well. But
they cut. Yeah, we got look like they got Alfred.
You know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm just gonna put it to the fucking phone up.
How
like
can
this.
we avoid that?
Play it like that. I'm just gonna play it like this. Be like,
Oh wait, so Roger said it was Thundercats. God damn. So let me ask this: how is it Twitch? How do we avoid that shit? Is YouTube?
I don't think you can. You can't.
Damn.
There's no way. But that's more for monetization. As long as
we're not making no money.
I think what they do is they put in the ads and stuff like that. But as long as I'm not, I don't care, you know. But as long as I'm not getting struck to the point where they're like, hey, you're doing something illegal. I don't think that's what they're doing. I think they're making their claims, so I can't.
So you can't monetize off of it.
Yeah, but they said the stream died. Let me see if I'm back on.
Nuts.
But, hold on. Oh well, it was still a good show.
Still a good show, yeah.
But let me pull this up. See if we're back or not. Nope, down. Oh well. Type it in.
Damn it. I wanted to see that shit.
All right. Good to go. We're not getting come back. I'm looking at us now. This is stream unavailable.
Thanks for joining.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna end this one and come back on a new one.
All right. I'm gonna go I gotta do some couple errands.
All right.
All right, peace.
Peace.